you doing? Welcome to another Sovereign Citizen stream. Today we are taking a look at some new videos from Mel Fletch, as well as Brandon Joe Williams, and some more surprises along the way. Should be lots of fun looking through this pseudo-legal silliness as we do once or twice a week. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Almost the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday, not too bad. So let's see what I have to do. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. And after you hit the like button, if you are on mobile, it should give you the option to hype it. If you could hype it as well, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to help support the stream financially, you can always do so on YouTube via memberships or super chats, and on Twitch via subscriptions, bits, or gift subs. Alright, with that out of the way, let's see what I missed in chat. How's it going, Nemesaur, Wannabe, Freyline, Izzy, Demon Trigger, Rachiology, everyone else, Ken Sister Sue, Phoenix2250 with a 10-stream streak says I had to take allergy pills and now I'm loopy while watching Hannah. That's actually the best state to watch me in, I'll probably be funny. Dillis Filler says, Mel Fletch, sketch of kvetching, law stretching, reckless, wretched, wretch. That's pretty good. Let me try that again. Mel Fletch, sketch of a kvetching, law-stretching, reckless, wrecked wretch. That's okay. It's a little hard to say. Overthought, thanks for subbing for 63 months. Says sub baby number 7 is here. What's the little parasite's name? The little parasite's name will be, Tapeworm McNasty. Dillis Filler, thanks for a 15-stream streak, says, behold, the glory of Hannah shines upon us all. We bask in her gifts. What are my gifts? Shit posting? Apple Mobile has no hype? Well, that's a shame. That's why I always believe in Android supremacy. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we do have, like I said, tons of Sovereign Citizens to get through, so what do we think? Do we want to start with the Brandon Joe Williams stuff, or do we want to start with Mel? I'll run a poll real quick, and you guys can decide what we start with. Alright, vote in this poll. It'll be a minute long. It's on Twitch. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube is sort of a subsidiary, and therefore doesn't get democratic representation. YouTube is a colony of Twitch, in this case. You'll have to revolt or something, I guess, if you want some actual representation here. Mel is winning by quite a bit. We still got about half a minute left if you want to vote. Terradona, thanks for 100 bits. YouTube is a vassal. True. No, I love YouTube. YouTube's great for a lot of things. Twitch is good for other things. They have their costs, benefits, you know. The gift of existential dread with a sprinkling of jokes and oversharing. Yeah, I'm just like a mess of a person. The fuck? I don't know why people watch me. Which one's Mel again? She's the one that lost her house in Texas recently. Mel is the winner, 71% of the vote. Suck it, Brandon Joe Williams. People just don't like you, I guess. So let's jump back in with Mel. First, I did want to take a look. She has 2 new videos I wanted to look at, but she has also been posting relatively prolifically on her Facebook page. Lots of conspiracy theory. For instance, here's a thing about the zip code and Mr. Zip, the icon of the zip code? He's like the mascot for the zip code. You know how Japan has, like, mascots for everything? America did that exactly once, and it was for Mr. Zip for some reason. Anyway, here's what she posts on... What is this? June 3rd, 2026. She says, zip code scam. Bald eagle emoji. Use of zip is voluntary. See Domestic Regulations sections 122.32 as amended. You should also know that the Postal Service cannot discriminate against non-use of zip code. See Postal Reorganization Act section 403 Public Law 91-375. The federal government utilizes the zip code to prove that you reside in a federal district of Columbia. This is why the IRS and other government agencies, state and federal, require a zip code when they assert jurisdiction by sending you a letter. They claim that this speeds the mail, but this is a sly and subtle trick. It also prima facie evidence that you are subject of Congress and a citizen of the District of Columbia who is resident in one of the several states. Okay, so first of all, factually, you are in the United States, therefore you are under the jurisdiction of the United States. Whether you write a letter your entire life and write a zip code ever in your entire life, it's irrelevant. It's literally just something to organize mailing. That's it. It's not anything deeper than that. The receipt of mail with a zip code is one of the requirements for the IRS to have jurisdiction to send you notices. That's not true. They're the IRS. They can send you whatever they want. The government cannot bill a citizen of Texas because he is not within the purview of the municipal laws of the District of Columbia. In fact, the Internal Revenue Service has adopted the zip code areas as internal revenue districts. See the Federal Register, Volume 51. You get it, in citation. You must remember the Postal Service is a private corporation, a quasi-government agency. I believe the Post Office is a federal corporation, similar to the FDIC. I think there's certain federal farm insurance companies. So they are companies owned by the federal government. It's no longer a governmental agency. It is. It's like the Federal Reserve System, the IRS, and the United States and the United States Marshal Service. They are all outside of the restrictions of the federal Constitution. You get it. It goes on like this. This post is very long, and she continues to cite nonsense. She posts pictures of zip code information from back in the day when they first introduced zip codes, some letters that she has written, that she has done several sovereign citizen things to, for instance, signing 45-degree angles across the stamp. She did not include the zip code in her mailing. What else? She posts more of this kind of thing. I don't know if I'm going to go through it specifically because it is kind of just conspiracy nonsense, but maybe I'll go over one more. She says, the state of Texas stole the Republic of Texas. The Lone Star flag is a corporation flag. Larry Branch is a branch. Larry Branch is the person who bought her home. Larry Branch is a branch of corporation who stole my home in the Republic of Texas. Are people waking up yet to see the fraud? Tarrant County Office of the Texas Secretary of State, Texas Attorney General, Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, Tarrant County, Tarrant Assessor Collector. She's adding all of these people basically on Facebook. My home needs to be returned to me. Stealing is a crime. You have been commanded to correct the records. And then she adds many more people, including the U.S. Postal Service, Inspector General, many other postal office people, and posts these pictures. An AI-generated infographic, I guess, about Texas. Who cares? This is her house currently, which has a Texas Lone Star flag on it. The new owner put a Texas Lone Star flag on the house, which she is upset with because she had her own Republic of Texas flag out, so she considers this an insurrection. She posts this picture, which says, Tarrant County fears this flag, and it's the Republic of Texas flag. Again, they don't fear it. It's just not representative of anything real politically right now. Lady Ann with a 3-stream streak says, I'm old enough to remember when 2-letter state abbreviations were introduced. I think I was in 5th grade, had to learn all 50 all over again. It never occurred to me that that was introduced at some point. I guess, of course, it would have to be, but that's kind of funny. Anyway. So I'm not sure what the heck this one means. This is someone's car. It's got a Trump sticker, a sovereign citizen sticker. That's the sovereign flag. And then you have the Republic of Texas flag sticker. It says maybe Marcus Cannon, DBA, as Officer Cannon for Keller Police Department, targeted two people coming home from dinner because Trump was tagging along. Or maybe it was because of my Republic of Texas flag and civil peace flag showing sovereignty. So I guess she thinks she's being targeted for having a Trump sticker and or her sovereign stickers. Lady, you're in Texas. They like Trump there. What are you talking about? Very strange. And then she posts a Wikipedia page about the Republic of Texas, which was when Texas was its own nation, I believe. And then we have the governor of Texas. So she continues to post like this. Oh, this one's interesting. I do have to show you this. This is a county around her, I believe, posted, after months of hands-on training and evaluation, Officer Waters is hitting the street for solo patrol. So this is just like a post about one of their officers, got done with his training period or whatever, so now he's going to be patrolling on his own. His name is Officer Waters. So this is what she responds to this post. Waters, an interesting name. Is that code for commerce and fraud contracts to harm the people? No. His name is Waters. What? Where in his oath and bond? To date, none of you have one to include the mayor and mayor pro tem. No bond equals no authority. All my God-given, unalienable rights reserved without prejudice and without recourse. Fort Worth Police Department Office of the Texas Secretary of State, Texas Attorney General, Texas Comptroller. I think she's trying to at people again here, but she didn't actually at them, so she just kind of wrote their names like a weirdo. John Waters has some explaining to do. I missed a tip earlier, sorry. Just a Peach said, Ben Franklin started the idea of zip codes even if they weren't used until later. Zips are great. It's literally just a way of organizing areas in the country for easy sorting of mail. I do not understand. Altered Undying, thanks for 100 bits. Appreciate it. She posts this AI image that says the oath comes before the badge. The Constitution sets limits. She posts funny story. The courts won't accept documents via email or fax, but they expect you to receive their information about a claimed case via email. Make it make sense. And then she posts more crazy stuff. Let's get to her recent videos, shall we?
Hey guys.
Oh, real quick, we are on a hype train, 8% to level 1. If you want to help the hype train and support the channel, you can always do so with bits, subscribing, or gifting subs.
It's been a while since I've done a live, but they've allowed me back in, so now I can do another live. Today's June 2nd, and
that explains why she's not been doing videos for a while, by the way. I was wondering. Apparently she got temporarily suspended. I don't know what specifically she said to get temporarily suspended. But she was, of course, making vague threats towards police officers, towards judges, etc. Could be that. I will say I'm very happy, though. Since she's come back, she deleted a lot of her earlier videos. Luckily, we covered them on my show, so they are archived. But yeah, those videos of her wandering through her yard with all the stuff in it, those are gone. Except on my channel. So I'm very happy to have saved those. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub, and Phoenix Leftist says bits for the hype train. Thank you.
And I am wanting to talk about the Texas Veterans Commission. So I saw
potentially the stalking too, who knows?
Today that Abbott, he announced that there's grant.
Abbott being Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, if you don't know.
It's for veterans and their families. Their families. That means their dependents, okay? For $40.8 billion, okay? So I decided to call the Texas Veterans Commission because, well, I am a dependent of a 100% service connected veteran. And here's my problem. My problem is that every time I call these people, they're like, oh, well, when a veteran dies, well, all the benefits get canceled. No, that's not how it works, folks.
It may be how it works. You might have to reapply to make sure that you get them. That's actually my understanding about the property tax thing, is that when your spouse dies, you have to reapply for the special status where you don't have to pay property taxes. I'm not sure in terms of the other benefits that you get from a spouse who was in the military, but at least for the property taxes, that was something she had to file paperwork for, which she never did. Instead, she filed a bunch of sovereign citizen paperwork, and we see where that got her out of her house. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for gifting a sub to Rageology. M. Scheffler, thanks for 51 months with Prime. And 100 bits for the hype. Thank you very much. 13% to level 2.
Folks.
Greg Abbott sucks. He does. He's the governor of Texas.
When you
reflective of the political attitudes of many people there,
have a veteran, and well, we were married for 17 and a half years, and all of that time he was in service.
I do have to point out, there is a divorce on file under her name for 2005. I'm very confused. Maybe it's not her, maybe it's someone else with the same name. But she's crazy enough, right? She seems crazy enough that she could divorce, like, her veteran husband and think she still gets the benefits, right? That feels like something she would believe. Sweet Lily Love says, we all know from The Simpsons that the extra 4 numbers on the zip codes are a citizen relocation codes. Let's hope we never need them.
I'm sorry, no, he wasn't in service the whole time because he left in 2009. We married in 97, so you can do the math.
Okay, so you were married in 97, and there's a divorce on file under your name in 2005. Is it possible he divorced her and she never accepted it? It's possible. It's very possible. Again, this is speculation. I do not know. I am basing this off filings I saw on the record in her district under her name. Could be someone else with her name in that district, to be fair. But the way that she's not accepting that her house has been foreclosed on kind of implies that under other legal circumstances where some sort of severing legally is happening, she might be in denial about that too, so.
Anyway, I spoke with a Reuben today at the Texas Veterans.
You don't mean legally accepted it, but that maybe she just still believes they were married? It's possible. It's possible.
Veterans Commission. And well, I told him my situation, that the county had stolen my home because they went in and tampered with the public records, because I actually have a will that was done with my husband through Shepherd Air Force Base, and that in that will that was recorded in Tarrant County back in 2015 with a affidavit of heirship with 2 witnesses plus a notary.
Yeah, the affidavit of heirship thing is not a thing, I don't think. That's a sovereign citizen thing, so she's claiming it's a real will, but then it sounds like a sovereign citizen thing, and the fact that they took it off the record implies to me that you made a fake sovereign citizen will and expected it to be legally binding?
So technically 3 witnesses that was deleted.
Minute left on the hype train.
It off the record so that they could steal my home.
It's possible they could have gotten divorced and remarried.
I'm trying to remember what else, but all I'm saying is, you know what this guy did? All he could say was, I can give you some phone numbers so that you can call. Let me tell you where he told me to call.
So it sounds like he was very helpful for you and helped you as much as he could, and then gave you people to contact who can more readily help you in your circumstance. She considers this a bad thing and thinks he did not help her. She is incorrect. Kind of narcissistic to not understand that this man was trying to help you. Just because he couldn't fix your problem right then in that moment does not mean he was not helping you. Nemesaur, thank you so much for gifting 10 Tier 1 subs. Thank you much. 62% to level 4.
It was Tarrant County Texas Lawyers for Texas Veterans. And the number's 817-546-4460 is the number for that one.
That sounds like someone you should contact. Like, unironically, at minimum, they're maybe going to try and explain to you why you're wrong. And I know she wouldn't take that well, but still, I don't think it would be a bad thing for a lawyer to sit down with her and really say, okay, no, you lost your house, here's why. She probably won't listen, she won't agree, but still, I don't think it would be a bad thing for everything to be laid out on the table for her, at least to give her the opportunity to understand it in full, even if she's not going to take that opportunity.
One. And then he gave me legal aid with Northwest Texas, 817-336-3943 or 888-529-5277. I spoke with Ruben for about...
Also, a little weird that she remembers those numbers off the top of her head. Anyone else notice that? I don't know if she's reading something. Maybe it's just an age thing, because smartphones came out when I was, I don't know, how old was I? Like 12 or 13, probably. So maybe she just is used to remembering phone numbers off the cuff from like the 80s and 90s. I don't know.
19 minutes, 18 minutes and 59 seconds to be exact, around 4:05 p.m. today. And he stated that he was going to end the phone call because after I explained my situation and everything that had been going on, he decided he needed to end the call because he had other veterans to talk to.
Oh, she pulled up the names. Okay.
Well, this has been my experience with everybody that I've called. And also today, I tried to call the out at the base, the Joint Reserve Base, because I was trying to get the
Green Guy with a $3 tip. Oh my god, it's a tip from Green Guy that's like on topic and interesting and informative. Holy fucking shit. It's a miracle. Everyone buy lottery tickets. Love you, Green Guy. Green Guy with a tip says, retired military here. Lots of after-death benefits for my wife have a time limit to apply or you're grandfathered in. If she changed his married statuses in the system and removed her, it would be almost impossible for her to get those benefits back. Ooh. Ooh.
The command post for a specific active duty military member who was involved in helping, colluding, and conspiring to remove me from my home, who was seen on...
Conspiring implies that what they did was unlawful. It wasn't.
On my land, the day after they removed me from my home, he was seen with his son in my yard handing out my stuff. And Larry Branch, the now said owner of the home, through a fraudulent filing.
Is this that drunk lady? Which drunk lady?
Through fraudulent military status declarations that...
This is the lady that lost her house. Minute left in the hype train.
He filed through fraudulent...
Yeah, cat number 2.
Affidavits that he filed, had put all of my stuff out on the curb and posted it for free. So he wasn't... I'm sorry, it wasn't his stuff to give to anybody.
It was at that point because it was on his property and you had a certain amount of time to take it. I'm not speaking morally, ethically, whatever. I'm strictly speaking legally. He was within his rights to do that.
And they just happened to do this on garage sale weekend in our neighborhood.
I don't think that was just so happened. That was probably very advantageous for them. People doing garage sales all around and then you have a yard full of free stuff. That's like the ideal way to get rid of that stuff. Like, again, I know it upsets you, but like, that was probably very convenient for them. Hydrate, will do.
Is that a coincidence? Because, again, they said...
It is a coincidence, yes, that they took advantage of.
that they served me on April the 8th to
I'm sorry, do you think that the people in your neighborhood who organize garage sale weekend are working with the police?
remove me from my home. Well, if they served on April the 8th, why did they wait till April the 17th to show up to ambush me and those in
Look up conspiracy in the Black's Law Dictionary. Will do, Amalgamate.
my household to remove us from the home? Can anybody explain that? Can anybody explain why they came with no identification, no body cameras, no judge's order?
We've seen body cam footage. What? They had body cams. What are you talking about? Hats off. What do you want me to wear for the hats off, Imperfect Rebus?
No warrant, no anything, and they have completely in the courts disregarded every piece of evidence, every public record. They have ignored.
Right. The records they're ignoring and removing for the record are the sovereign citizen fraudulent documents that you've been filing. Like, they're not supposed to be in the record to begin with because they're frivolous filings. So, it's not wrong that they're taking them out. And they're ignoring them because they're not relevant to the matter.
Ignored. Not only
Oh, I hope you're doing better, Amalgamane. Sorry that you had to go to the ER.
have they ignored it, they failed to follow their own rules because I did a conditional acceptance and they just ignored that like that didn't happen.
Conditional acceptances like that aren't a thing. That's a sovereign citizen belief. You can't just send things in and then expect if they don't respond to it that it's an unrebutted like thing and you get whatever you want. That's not how that works. Sorry, I'm looking for some ears. Here's some. There, I'm a cat. Meow.
And Judge Swearingen went ahead and held court anyways, despite the fact that they had all agreed to my terms and just...
I promise they did not agree to your terms. The fact that they ignored your frivolous sovereign citizen documents is not an agreement.
ignored them after they agreed.
Now lick the back of your hand. You know, no. I think I'd have to charge for that.
To them. So they don't even...
I have a little self-respect left. It is for sale, but at a higher price than here on Twitch. That would be a different website.
even play by their own rules. And so all of this to say, Texas Veterans Commission that just got $40.8 billion, who can't help a widow whose home was stolen, and I have the real-time...
You really gotta let go of this stolen thing. Not helping people help you when you don't even basically understand what happened.
records to even show where my affidavit of heirship and the will were removed off of the public record so that they could go in, tamper with the records, and put on LB Construction as the grantee of the home. And I'm sorry, LB Construction, per statute, and I don't have the statute number, but per the statute, per Maria Salazar in the Tarrant County Recording Office, you have to show identification to be able to record anything on the public record. So can anybody explain to me how an LB Construction, who is a corporation, how can an LB Construction provide any identification?
Sure, they have representatives, employees that work for them, so an employee who's like the designated person for this can go there and show their ID and show that they work for the company and that they're a representative of the company, and they can do it. Glad you asked the question.
To put anything on the public record. I was able to provide identification, but guess what? Maria Salazar said, nope, we're not going to record your documents.
Right, because it's sovereign citizen stuff that has no business on the docket or no business in file in the court for any reason.
So did Daniel Alfred. We're not going to record your documents. He was the deputy clerk who said, we're not going to record your documents. And Aaron Strickland, we're not going to record your documents. But you'll damn sure record some fraudulent documents from a corporation that one can't show up in court and one never had any identification to provide to you.
Corporations hire attorneys to represent them in court. And we just went over the ID thing.
To put anything on the public record. So does anybody see all the fraud here? And does anybody see?
So far, the only person I see committing fraud is the person continually trying to put sovereign citizen irrelevant nonsense documents into the courts. You are the one that is doing things that they are not supposed to do.
That once these veterans die, they don't care about the widows. They don't care about the orphans. They don't care about the people's families at all. And
if it makes you feel better, the government doesn't care when they're alive either. Conspiracy. To breathe together, agree, act in concert, plot together. Boo, boo, boo. To plot together secretly, an agreement by two or more persons to commit an unlawful act coupled with an intent to achieve the agreement's objective, and in most states, action or conduct that furthers the agreement, a combination for an unlawful purpose.
Less and less. Your military veteran member.
Oh yeah, she's a Trump voter and supporter, but she hates ICE. It's very confusing. Her politics are nonsensical. Like, her politics are that of an insane person.
Member was corrupt, and then they'll help protect you. But if you're not corrupt, and you didn't help the corporation, or you do help the corporations and continue to help the corporations like Aaron Strickland and Daniel Alfred and what's his name? Oh my gosh, I just lost it. The Constable Dale Clark, who also served.
Sorry, there's some tips from Green Guy I missed. Let's see. First, Justice Peach said, my understanding is you get between 3 and 30 days to remove your stuff depending on the area. Green Guy with a $3 tip says the system is something we had to verify 1 or 2 times a year because if you had 2 kids and didn't add one of them, the U.S. government thinks you have 1, and if you die, it'll look strange if your widow added a kid after your death. Green Guy also says older white women wanting free shit, and also she should get the Social Security earned when they were married. Gotcha.
The military, Sheriff Wayborn, who was also Air Force. Dale Clark was Air Force. He was also in Vietnam, apparently. He got a dishonorable discharge, I guess, or I don't remember. I'll have to go back and read.
Honestly, a dishonorable discharge from Vietnam might have been fine. Who knows? Fuck the Vietnam War. Holy shit.
Read it. But anyway.
I know, hot take, right?
All of these people that claim to have served had no problem showing up and treating me like trash and throwing all my stuff in the yard like I was a piece of trash. So this is how they serve their country and treat widows of veterans. After you're 6 feet under, or if you're disabled, they don't really care about you. That's how it works. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a live, but...
Alright, so that's one video, and then she has a second longer one she posted more recently.
Sorry guys, I want to do a live because I think there are a lot of things that people don't understand. I think that people don't understand that, let me put it to you this way. If you tell a white lie to protect somebody because you think you're doing the right thing, you know, whether it's a family member, a friend, whatever, you think that you have to keep something from them in order to protect them. And you will go to your grave with that information because you don't ever want somebody to know the truth that could harm them. Okay, well, that's what the government does. That's what the police do. That's what the courts do. Because they're all a little family. They're all a little community. And in their little community, they love that word. We're doing it for the community. Well, in the community, they're protecting each other. And when they protect each other...
So there is a truth to the fact that courts, cops, prosecutors have too much familiar, let's just say. I have seen before warrants get signed that should not have been signed, but because they have a relationship with the cops and the police department, the judge basically just signs off on whatever they put in front of them. I totally understand that. So there is truth to the idea that often the relationships between people in the justice system, between the courts, law enforcement, prosecutors, there's like some relationships there that are sus and not good. That has nothing to do with why you lost your house. You lost your house because you don't understand what's going on legally, and you stopped paying for things that you were still obligated to pay.
They have secrets, and those secrets they will go to their grave with, to protect their community. People need to understand the words that they use. You need to listen to the words that they use.
The green guy says, who do you think she's leeching off now? Family? I have no idea, and I don't want to speculate about that.
Corruption is extremely deep.
Because I'm going to be honest, in the state she's in, do you really think she could hold a normal job? She pretty clearly can't. So I hope she's getting money from somewhere, because otherwise she's just going to be homeless. And people with mental illness who end up homeless don't usually wind up in a really great spot afterward. They kind of get stuck there, or they die, or just terrible things. So however she's getting money, I'm glad that she hopefully is still staying in that hotel.
People involved, or masses. This isn't just a few bad apples. This is the entire system. Now, are there good people within the system? Sure. But those good people...
This is why we need better access to mental health care in the U.S. 10,000%.
Guess what happens to those good people? They either get fired.
I would like the mental health care system in the United States to be so good that I can't do this job anymore.
Fired, never to have another job again. Hello, I'm one of those. Or they get moved to another job, and, you know, it might be a lesser job or a demotion to put fear in you, to get you to learn how you're supposed to do things, to comply, so that you can get promotions in the future.
I'm sorry, is she now just discovering that the military asks you to follow orders? Does she think this is a secret conspiracy, that in the military you are supposed to follow the orders of your commanding officer, and if you do not, you will be punished? That's not a conspiracy, that's just the military. It's not a culture I like or think is healthy, but I also understand that if you do have a military, you can't exactly have them all doing their own thing and doing whatever they want. So, I don't understand what you think the military is when your husband was apparently a part of it for years.
And, you know, through your sacrifices. And so if you're willing to sacrifice your family or sacrifice what you believe in...
You doubt she could hold a job right now? I agree. There's no way her mental state would allow her to be stable enough to be able to stand somewhere, sit somewhere for 8 hours at a time and do a task without veering into this stuff.
Then you will be successful in the corporation and you will make it through the ranks. And so...
She's not a nurse. She was actually a radiology technician. She used to basically do like x-rays and stuff, and then she got fired for non-compliance with COVID stuff.
I watched this in the military. My husband was military, and I watched the fear tactics. I know the fear tactics. I'm not a fool to it. You know, if you don't do as you're told, well, we'll ship you somewhere where you're not going to like it. And it'll be somewhere cold or...
Green guy says, so homes save lives. Everyone gets one. Ideally, yes.
You know, somewhere extremely hot or whatever the case may be. But, you know, the whole fear tactics of do as you're told.
Do you think it would be bad if everyone had a place to be safe at night?
Apply to what we tell you to do, or there's consequences. And that's in every job. And when they get people to comply, they get people to hurt people. And they're okay with that. And so the whole point of all of this is that I have done everything I'm supposed to do with the courts. I have put them on notice.
You've done everything that you think you're supposed to do, but your ideas come from grifters like David Straight. So your idea of what you're supposed to do and what you're actually supposed to do are about 1,000 miles apart.
Prior to ever a court date even occurring, of my jurisdiction, my standing in the Republic of Texas, and they ignored it. They ignored everything. They ignored
Thanks, Just a Peach. I couldn't tell if it was sarcastic or not.
the civil rules of procedure. They ignored the, oh gosh, I forgot what I was going to call it. The maxims of law, everything in commerce that they're supposed to follow, the UCC, they violated it all because, see, they create the rules so they can break the rules. That's how it works. And
the UCC is not relevant to your issue.
And even though I've played by the rules, both in commerce and outside of commerce, doesn't matter because you see those lies they tell and the rules they make
can be Volpe.
They're going to defend them till they go to their grave. And, you know, I may not get my house back today because, again, it doesn't matter what I send the courts. It doesn't matter if I pay them another 100 and whatever dollars they're asking for this time because they're all in bed together doing one big circle jerk. And it's one big circle jerk so that they continue to profit and that the people become poor and that the people end up homeless. And
for the millionth time, the court system does not make money. The court system costs money. The people who work in that system make money in the sense that they work jobs there and have a salary, but that salary is not contingent upon prosecutions or acquittals. Do you understand? No one in the court system is benefiting from you losing your house.
That the people, you know, can't fend for themselves anymore.
A circle jerk in bed? That would have to be a really big bed or a really small circle. Look up an Alaskan king mattress for all your circle jerk needs.
That's what the whole goal is. And then they want to make you homeless because you know what they do with the homeless? Wait till you find out what they do with the homeless.
They put them in the McDonald's cheeseburgers.
I'm not going to go there right now, but wait till you find out.
She definitely thinks. She's gotta think they go into hamburgers, right? Is Ronald McDonald a war criminal?
You think child trafficking is bad? Yeah, wait till you find out what they do to the homeless and why they wanted to make me homeless. It's a disgusting world we live in. And if you think the courts are going to do justice, you know, for the people, they're not. They create up stories, they lie, they tell stories to lie. And, you know, as a domestic violence victim also, the detective who took my case or interviewed me for my case, he lied. He flat out lied. He created a story, put it on the public record, and made it so that
Just a Peach says her home was a little big to transport across state lines, so no UCC.
if that ever happened to me again, nobody would believe me. That's what they do. That's what cops do. They lie. They make the story that their narrative. And that way, when they want to hurt somebody, well, they're no longer credible. And they make them look like criminals. And I never believed this for myself until it happened to myself. And most people probably wouldn't believe it either until it happens to them. But you know what? Those days are coming because all of these cops are under the United Nations. They were militarized under the United Nations.
That's a belief straight from David Straight.
And so all of them are federalized. And so
they're not.
Who do you think ICE really is? ICE. Police. Police are ICE.
Okay, so I would not be surprised to find that many ICE agents are former law enforcement officers. That would not surprise me. But they're a federal under the person you voted for. So if you have a problem with ICE, why do you vote for the guy that said he was going to expand ICE and weaponize them against people? That's very confusing to me. Peoplord says, fun military fact, the Navy calls the folks that manage the personnel duty station transfers detailers. The largest Navy installation in the world is in Naval Station Norfolk. Detailers all work out of Millington, Tennessee. Why are Navy detailers in dry-ass landlocked Millington? Because sailors kept getting crap PC orders, so they'd walk over and beat the shit out of their detailers. Okay.
And so they're getting away with everything. And if you haven't looked at a lot of these people's accolades, you can go on my Facebook page and you can look up Dale Clark, the constable. Look at his accolades. What? He's like the jack of all trades. Isn't it funny? They do the deck of cards and he is the jack of all trades. So, I'm really over trying to do the right thing because I've been doing the right thing all along. My house is in the private. I did a correction of fraud on the public record that's recorded in the state of Texas, down in Travis County.
Again, that document doesn't mean anything. It holds no legal weight. You might as well scribble on a napkin and try and get it into the docket.
That record was never returned to me because the state of Texas kept it. However, I do have my own public recordings. I have copies of all of them. So I have the hard copies and I have the file number that shows where they filed it and how it was filed and when it was filed, by who it was filed. I have my certificate of acknowledgement that's recorded in Hood County that shows I am the grantee and the home is in freehold. I have a cease and desist that's recorded in Johnson County. I have an affidavit to the sheriff in Tarrant County that's recorded also in Travis County, holding him responsible as well as all of his agents responsible, that if anything happened to me, there would be a certain monetary cost to that.
A fee schedule. Those always work.
So when all of this comes down, all of that's already on the public record. So honestly, I'm not worried about anything right now because at the end of the day,
I'm going to file into the public record that Mel Fletch is a duty head.
I'll get what I need at the end. And these people that think that they are so above the law, I think they're fixing to get a rude awakening. And if you didn't listen to Trump today, he's talking about all the shell corp.
See what I mean? Like she understand. How is she? I don't understand how she is resolving the cognitive dissonance between disliking ICE and being pro-Trump. I'm very confused.
Corporations, he's talking about how they hide everything. He's talking about these people that, make policies. Well, policies are nowhere in the Constitution. And people need to understand that too, because code, statutes, mandates, regulations, ordinances, policies, those are charter rules. Those are city municipality rules. Those are nowhere in the Constitution.
Okay, well, the Constitution gives limits, and the Constitution spells out how the federal government functions, other than the limits that are expressed within the Bill of Rights. It doesn't prevent state or local governments from existing or having their own rules, having their own laws. They're allowed to do that.
And that's where it's going to get all these people and bite them in the butts, because they've been forcing all these rules on people that they had no right to force people to do, and making money off of it also. And when they find out about the identity theft that everybody's been doing to everybody through the straw man name and double dipping and triple dipping on people's identity theft, well, there's going to be a lot of people going to jail. And I won't be one of them. So...
oh, she's going to end up in jail, isn't she?
All I can say is I've held everybody accountable to do what they're supposed to do. I've given them the opportunity to fix and correct their record in Tarrant County. I've given them the opportunity to do everything right in the courts, and they failed. They failed every single time. And it's all on the record. It's even on the record that they accepted my canceled contracts. It's on the record that I was unserved on April 17th in the morning when they came to my home and forced me out of my home because they were all armed. They had no order. They had a writ of possession that it was a written order, but it was signed by Ashley Williams, who's the deputy clerk. The deputy clerk cannot sign an order, people. A judge has
I'm assuming she can since she did.
to sign the order. And regardless of if he signed it or not, the case was already closed, and I was
And she was notified before that, to be clear. I talked about this in previous videos. She was notified and they attempted official service, but she rejected it. Basically, she thinks that she can reject service. Can't do that. So she was notified that this was going to happen. She tried to ignore official service, and as per the laws in her area, if you are not able to serve someone this document officially, you are allowed to do so on the day of the eviction.
unserved. So if I was unserved, they can't come to my home on the same day and evict me that they served the writ of possession.
They absolutely can if they were unable to contact with you at the address prior to the date of eviction, which you intentionally ignored them, posted a bunch of stuff on the door telling them you were not going to answer and that they're not allowed to be there. So you get notice the day of. You knew they were coming to notice you, which is as good as notice. But because you did this and ignored them on purpose, they are allowed to serve you the day of.
But here's the real kicker. They couldn't serve the writ of possession in the first place because I canceled the contract. And if you look on the docket, it's in the docket that I canceled the contract.
There's no contract. Green guy with a $3 tip says, I don't understand why any woman would want to vote for Trump after the grab him by the pussy, let alone everything else that's happened since. I don't know. People are crazy, stupid. I don't know.
Because everything that they do is a contract, and you have 72 hours right of rescission to reject any contract. That includes a judgment. And I did that. I rescinded and rejected everything. And it's on the public record as such. And you know what?
You didn't have any right to do any of that, so none of it counts.
They have not one autograph from me, not one signature from me of any agreed contract with the
They don't need your signature to foreclose on you.
court in Tarrant County. Nothing. And they still did what they did to me. It was an insurrection. And they came and they stole my house. And I think it's very coincidental.
I noticed that MAGA people have this weird tendency of, like, finding out about words because someone says it about them, and then they, whenever they can, try and spin it around in the other direction. Like, you know, the January 6th thing, often called an insurrection. So now she thinks this is that, and she can use it in the other direction? Like, does she understand words have meanings? Like, people didn't just call that an insurrection, like, to be mean. It's because it factually describes what they were attempting to do.
Incidental that when I did some little research on Fast People Search, that Constable Dale Clark in Tarrant County, the elected constable for Precinct 1, his wife's name is Peggy Branch. And it just so happens that the guy who got my house is Larry Branch.
Yep, sometimes people share names. That's a thing that happens. Peoplord says, Green guy, shipmate, you don't hate your fellow Americans enough.
And the more crazy of all of it, if I really try to figure this out, because if this was a legit foreclosure, a legit order,
It was.
would the constables come with the said owner of the home and let him ambush me through my front door?
Yeah, that happened to Cataspinda too, when they came and did the foreclosure on her. The owner was also there. Yes, they do that. Uh-huh. Literally yes is the answer to that question. That might upset you. You might be embarrassed by that and hate it. But yeah, that's not uncommon. Correct.
While he was recording all of it? Would that really happen?
Yes, it did happen. You were there.
Because that's what happened at my home that morning. Some men were all...
Cat and Mel would make a great new show. I am chat, I am manifesting. I am manifesting some sort of mental shield keeping these two from finding each other. Do you know how insufferable that fucking podcast would be? I do not need the Mel and Cat podcast. So chat, all together, we are manifesting that these two will never discover each other, okay? On 3, we manifest. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. All right, we've manifested. We have manifested, and now we are safe.
Lining my porch. And when the door was opened, they said it's moving day. That was all they said. They didn't say, hey, they didn't announce themselves saying, hey, we're so-and-so with the Tarrant County Constable's office, and well, it's time for you to leave because we noticed you on XY day. They didn't do any of that.
We have video of it, ma'am. Green guy with a tip says, so sovereign citizens don't want to pay taxes or pay their mortgage, but I bet they do claim that tax rebate or tax return money. Bet they spent their COVID money. They usually don't file taxes at all. So no, most of them do not get some sort of return or anything.
They let Larry Branch come up the middle, just like the insurrection that happened in Washington, D.C. He came up through the middle into my home yelling, I'm Larry Branch and I own this home.
So she does consider January 6th an insurrection, but also is a Trump supporter. Make it make sense. Make anything make sense. I am literally begging anyone.
He doesn't own it. He stole it. So the fact that they allowed that to happen, the fact that they put a...
Did I know Ring My Bell was a crack reference? No, I did not know that.
Blocker on my phone so that I could not call the courts. I could not call the sheriff. I could not call anybody for help.
Right, they didn't want you calling your friends and having them come fight the police or whatever. That's the idea.
How is that legit, guys?
Does she think Democrats did January 6th? That's possible. That might be why she thinks that.
When I called 911, 911 told me that I had to deal with the constable that was there. And I won't even go into all the mailings that I did and who received mailings and who didn't receive mailings, because it's quite coincidental that I did a judgment in the newspaper and the only people that received it or didn't receive it were the 2 people that were involved in that ambush that day, which was the Fort Worth Police Department and the Tarrant County Constables. Ironic, huh? They just happened to not get my notice, but everybody else did that I sent it to. The sheriff got it. The court got it. Just not the constable and just not the police.
Peep Lord says, chats, unionize, introduce this lady to the surviving Diamond or Silk. I think Silk is alive. I don't remember which one died, Diamond or Silk. If you don't remember, they're the MAGA grifters that were anti-vax and then one of them died of COVID. And the other just milked it. You think she's still doing that? After this video, I'm going to look up if Diamond or Silk is still trying to scam off their dead sister.
The 2 people that were colluding and conspiring that day and blocked my phone. And then when I asked for the sheriff to be called, nobody would call the sheriff. When I called the police and asked for Eddie Garcia, the chief, to come out to my home, they wouldn't send him. But they didn't have a problem sending out one of their own guys who tried to criminally trespass me. And I told him he couldn't criminally trespass me because I told him he had no jurisdiction to criminally trespass me.
You're wrong. Mossloth with 30 months says, if I remember correctly, she mentioned actors or feds when she first mentioned January 6th on a previous stream. Ah, I see.
So he still wrote out whatever he wrote out, and the constable, the fake constable, who's operating under color of law, signed off on it. But none of it means anything because they're all operating in fraud. So there's that, right? So again,
everyone I disagree with is operating in fraud.
Going back to the whole thing of liars are going to lie, and they're going to lie like dogs until they go to bed, until they go to their graves. That's just how it is. They're not going to correct the record. They're not going to fix anything because they're never going to admit their fraud because they're sticking with their story to protect their community, their family. That's what they're doing. And they don't care about the people. They only want our money and they only want our energy because that's what keeps them going. So for that.
Does she think they're reptilians? That felt very, they're torturing us for our loosh energy. You know what I mean? Oh, God.
I leave you. Have a good day. Sorry, guys.
All right, let's see what Silk is up to. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's still putting her sister in all her thumbnails! What the fuck? She's still on this shit? Are you kidding me? 23 hours ago.
It's a shame so many people suffer painful eye injections every month,
Ew.
especially when this at-home fix restores vision fast.
I don't
There's
believe
one simple
you.
vision hack anyone can use to improve vision, so you can say goodbye to your optometrist.
Are you gonna put
for
beats
good.
in
If
your
you wear
eye?
Glasses or contacts, you must see this. Glasses. They help you see better, right?
That's AI.
Nope. What about eye drops? Nope.
You've probably seen this guy talking about vision health before.
Oh my god, it's like an ad in an ad. It's like I'm in Inception, but it's scam ads all the way down.
Do this to reclaim vision naturally.
He seems to know what he's talking about.
It's kind of surprising, but vision problems have nothing to do with your eyes. Weird.
Vision problems have nothing to do with your eyes. Jamie, pull up that graphic. Jamie!
Right?
Wait, what?
Are my glasses working? They're working fine.
I didn't know that.
The eyes are simply a camera for the part of your brain responsible for your sight.
Okay, well, that actually makes sense.
You see, your eyes simply collect light
Wait,
signals
are the
and they send them
two
to your brain,
ads
where they get
talking to each
decoded
other
in a way
now?
that allows us to see. But as we get older, these cells, they deteriorate. So what do? Well, it's not running to your local ophthalmologist for the latest bifocals or trifocals. Because according to the Nobel Prize winning eye doctor in
Oh, we
Japan,
got a
Shinya
Nobel
Yamanaka,
Prize!
all glasses can do is just mask the root cause. It's like putting a fancy camera lens over a camera that's broken. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so not glasses. Then what do you do?
Even procedures where doctors cut away the film over your
terrible.
eyes don't address the real problem. There's an easier way.
Okay, here we
Alright,
go.
I'm skipping the rest of it.
We just
Fuck
got
that. That's a ridiculous scam AI ad.
new metrics in. Donald J. Trump.
Social Security.
Oh my god, she still has her and her sister dancing as the intro!
So we're gonna be talking.
Oh
to
yeah.
her.
This seems healthy. This seems so healthy that she's still doing this. I remember like 6 months after her sister died, I was like, okay, this is getting pretty tacky that she's keeping these photos up. It's now been like 2 or 3 years. We're beyond tacky. This is disgusting. The fuck is wrong with you? Wow, that's fucking gross.
To understand what happened. I need to know what's going on. A list.
All right, back to Sopsits. Oh God, Brandon Joe Williams. So for those that don't know, Brandon Joe Williams, this guy on screen, is a sovereign citizen guru. He's one of the biggest ones right now. Tons of sovereign citizens get their ideas from him. Recently, I should actually show you this first. It's actually kind of funny. This is his Facebook page. Here he is saying, I proudly practice law without a license. He He put a writ of certiorari. I don't know how to say that correctly. I apologize. Basically, he did a writ of cert for the Supreme Court for a bullshit sovereign citizen lawsuit recently. They denied it. He says, not surprisingly, my writ of cert has been denied, but the price of admission was worth it because now we have evidence at the Supreme Court level of the separation between a sole prop and a white citizen of a state. No, you don't. They didn't listen to your case. They denied it. What? You think that because they looked at your case, what you said in it is legitimate? They denied your case. The lower court ruling stands. He continues, this is the official conclusion of the SBA case. Notice how you don't see them knocking on my door for the supposed $198,000 I borrowed from them. People say I lost. I say I won. Brandon, you owe them $200,000, and you have now exhausted your final appeal. They're gonna come for the $200,000. Anyway, seems like he's not having a good time since he lost that, since they denied his writ. So now he's just out here literally begging people to report him to the California bar for practicing law without a license. What's new with Coach Red Pill? He's become a lot nicer to women in recent years.
Hi guys, this is Brandon Joe Williams. I'm an attorney out here in Southern California. I am in the Malibu area. I have a 2023 Triumph Speed Triple RS with custom diplomatic plates.
Often when sovereign citizens get pulled over and they have diplomatic plates, they are his. He sells these on his website. He sells a lot of sovereign citizen bullshit. So he is one of the larger proprietors of the fake sovereign citizen documents that you'll see in a lot of sovereign citizen traffic stop videos.
And people are always shocked by that. I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of people trying to talk to me and that kind of thing. And the vehicle has never been registered. The vehicle has never been, it doesn't even have a certificate of title. Never happened. I still have the original.
If anyone's looking for a free bike, I guess go take that guy's bike. He doesn't have the title for it, so it's just free. He can just take it. And if he goes to the cops, they're going to be like, do you have proof you own this bike? And he's going to go, nah. No, I don't.
Title straight from the manufacturer, actually.
How's the quartering? Bad, I've heard. I haven't caught up with it, but I know even right-wingers hate him now, which is funny.
It's not insured either. I don't need insurance. I had a recent breakthrough in all my research. I do a lot of research, and I had a recent breakthrough in all of my research. And I wanted to do kind of like a talking head video. I see a lot of these now on Instagram. A lot of people are doing these kind of talking head videos. And we've been doing a lot of things for a long time, like not paying taxes. I don't pay any federal income taxes. I don't pay any state taxes.
He admits to multiple crimes in this video, by the way. So just, I guess, be prepared for that.
I don't pay any sales taxes for large purchases. I don't pay any payroll taxes. I have no relationship with the Employment Development Department. I don't pay for registration. I don't register my car. I don't smog my car.
Here's my thought on this video. Two things. First of all, his Supreme Court lawsuit going down in flames, I think, upset him. And he's trying to make a point. He's trying to prove his validity by openly saying, I'm practicing law without a license. What are you going to do about it? To try and regain a sense that he is on the right path, or that he is in control, or that he is doing the right thing. Secondly, it works as advertisement to other sovereign citizens, because they're going to see this video and go, oh, wow, he's just openly admitting to this on the internet. He must know what he's talking about. No one would be stupid enough to say this stuff on the internet if they were actually liable for criminal activity. And in reality, he's just reckless and stupid and betting that he won't actually get in trouble, even with all this evidence, because, frankly, the world is crazy and there's just only so many eyes on so many things, so he might get away with it, like he has so far. So that's my thought. It's a cynical ploy, A, to make him feel better about his own bullshit, and B, to signal to other sovereign citizen potential clients that he's the real deal.
I don't smog my motorcycle. I have no insurance. I have no driver's license. And here, just a few minutes after I finish this video, I'm going to get on my bike and I'm going to ride all the way back to Glendale, California from here, which is probably about an hour. I'm going to go through the mountains. Mulholland Highway, not Mulholland Drive, Mulholland Highway. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I had a recent, really huge research breakthrough. And these talking head videos seem to get a lot of traction right now. There seems to be a lot of people sharing these, and the algorithm or whatever seems to be giving a lot of these things out to new people. And I have cracked something so huge. I have cracked the ability to practice law without a license. Meaning, if you have an old grandma, if you have a mom, if you have anyone, even if you have trusts, corporations, if your corporation is being sued, or you have a trust, or your grandma is being sued, or someone you loved is being sued and you don't want to involve lawyers for whatever reason, I have cracked the ability for anyone to practice law without a license. And
you cannot practice law without a license. There's no simple trick. There's no loophole. He's just breaking the law. Terradona says Brandon Joe Williams is quite the racist idiot, but the racist part kind of implies idiocy. Yes, his thesis for the sovereign citizen argument is based in the 14th Amendment. So he thinks that only white citizens can be sovereign citizens. He thinks that the 14th Amendment created a special kind of federal citizenship for black Americans, but that it has nothing to do with white Americans who can remain sovereign. That's all nonsense, of course. The 14th Amendment applies to everyone, but he doesn't seem to understand that.
it is so monstrous. It has literally changed my life to such a vast degree. Like, I had to ride out here. I just finished a huge course, 3.0 version of my free contract killer course, and I'm just kind of out here in Malibu hanging around my motorcycle, and I'm going to go through the mountains like a madman. And I am just so blown away, and I am so filled with confidence. There are so many people that come on my stuff, and they call me names, and they do this and they do that, and I am literally at the point where, I mean, I would almost dare anyone at this point to go and file a complaint with the California bar about what I'm doing and where I'm.
He said it, not me. James with a $20 super chat says, this super chat is dedicated to Nemesaur and Stone Corbell for their generous gifting for subs, for the hype thing or whatever. YouTube is better than Twitch. Love you, Hannah. 1 × 1 = 1. Thank you, James. Much appreciated.
I'm at, or with the IRS. Literally. I don't know what it is about this whole huge, monstrous realization and research breakthrough about the practicing of law. But man, I feel like, I don't know what it is. It's like something humongously huge. It was.
Why would he complain to the bar? He's not a lawyer. In California, the California bar does actually handle some unlawful, or rather unlicensed practice of law claims.
Like the final pillar or something.
Hydrate. Will do. Thank you.
Of this huge, monstrous, I don't even know, structure. And in my world, it's just all come crashing down. There are 3 specific cases, they're state cases, by the way, that created this whole necessary, you have to have a license to practice law, all this kind of horseshit, right? And all.
Not horseshit. Very good thing. Very good thing.
3 cases are only involving the 14th Amendment.
Could you imagine if you needed a lawyer, but you had to sort through a bunch of scammers? Because you know there'd be more scam lawyers than real lawyers in a world where anyone can call themselves a lawyer. There'd be way more con artists than actual lawyers. It would destroy the entire profession.
The 14th Amendment was created specifically to give a special type of citizenship to all of the released slaves.
No, it clarifies citizenship that is equal for all people within the United States.
After the 13th Amendment, it has nothing to do with a majority of people that are in America.
The Supreme Court would disagree with you. Every single one since that decision.
And when you realize this, you can practice law without a license.
Or rather,
So
since that amendment was ratified, sorry.
For anyone out there who's ever wanted to become a lawyer, you don't need
Lionel Hutz is a better lawyer than this guy. No! Money down!
to go to law school. You don't need it. You don't need to get a bar membership. You don't have to sign anything.
Wait, it's works on contingency. No! Money down!
Literally start practicing law right now. Tomorrow. Obviously, you got to close your own clients, and it could be kind of a bit of a difficult deal and all this kind of stuff, right? But I don't know what it is. I've had a lot of, for those of you who are not aware of my platform, I've had a lot of huge discoveries. So many huge
Like, is this a manic episode? I don't understand.
Getting rid of my driver's license.
He's always kind of like this, though, so...
Getting my bills to pay for themselves. It's kind of an ongoing problem, getting my bills to pay for themselves. But getting rid of, insurance, getting rid of permits, getting rid. I can carry a gun. I don't have a gun on me right now because I'm on the motorcycle, and it's just a lot. I have a 6-hour SP 2022. It's kind of like a mid-size handgun, and it's just a lot to kind of carry around. I just don't care to really have that on me, but. I can carry all the guns I want. I can do anything I want. And I'm at the point now, guys, seriously, report me. I carry guns. I manufacture guns. I practice law. I don't pay taxes. I don't pay any taxes at all whatsoever. I manufacture.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not acting manic, but like this is not normal behavior either. Who gets on camera and is like, let me list off all the crimes I'm currently committing, both state and federal?
Guns.
This is only the first video, by the way. He did a follow-up video where he continues to do this.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. This whole practicing law thing, for whatever reason, has just completely shattered every ounce of fear that I had left. I don't know what else to really say. The license to practice law only applies to persons, which is different than people, who have rights and obligations under the 14th Amendment. I don't have any rights or obligations under the 14th Amendment. And I don't know what it is. I kind of already know. I kind of already assumed this or presumed this for a long time. And I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. But this whole practicing law without a license thing has completely... I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know if I'm ready for war. I don't know what it is. But I'm ready. I literally want to start like a club. I want to start challenging people to report me. Report me to the IRS. Report me to the ATF. Report me to anyone. I manufacture guns. I carry guns with no licenses. I have no permits. I have no concealed carry permits. I practice
in California. Wow.
Law without a license. I'm currently in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals representing a sole proprietorship. And a lot of times the courts will be like, oh, it's the same person. Totally not. The sole proprietorship is a 14th Amendment citizen. It's a 14th Amendment business, which I'm not.
A 14th Amendment business. That's a sentence that makes me want to fucking vomit. God.
I'm going to get on my motorcycle here in a few minutes, and I have no driver's license. I have no insurance. I have no registration. The motorcycle's never actually been registered, ever.
Do I have American History X on Blu-ray? I do.
From the factory. It's never been insured from the factory. And I'm kind of walking around this parking lot, but we can go up to the motorcycle and I can show you how many miles are on it.
I want to point out, by the way, if you go and watch American History X, like, some of the conversations that the skinheads have, like, in their own home, like the scene with Corey's dad from Boy Meets World, the talking points that the skinheads have that are supposed to tell you as an audience they're racist assholes are literally like the same things Republicans say out loud publicly today in Congress. So that's good. If you want to see how great things are going, go watch American History X and go, oh no, that's stuff the president says now. Jesus. Hydrate will do.
And I can show you how many miles are on it, and I've never once had a driver's license. And I think at the very, very beginning when I first bought it, I think I had a driver's license for a short time, actually. Then I got rid of it. But it's never been registered. It's never been smogged. It's never been insured. And it's 100% completely legal. I created my own plates.
Oh yeah, they show the bite the curb scene. That's like a famous part of that movie. Yeah. Yeah.
From scratch, diplomatic plates.
I hope he gets pulled over one day.
Because I've created my own nation. And some people want to report me to the Office of Consular Affairs. Some people want to report me to the IRS. Some people want to report me to the bar. And I'm at the point now where, do it. Like, you're literally a fucking pussy if you don't. You are a pathetic piece of shit if you don't do it. I'm at the point now where there's people on Reddit, there's people all over the place, and they want to fucking report me. I don't pay taxes. I pay no taxes. Why don't you report me to the FTB, the Franchise Tax Board? Why don't you report me to the IRS? I mean, I communicate with them pretty openly, but why don't you report me?
Why does he want to get arrested so bad? I don't think he wants to get arrested. I think he wants to openly state his crimes and then not get arrested to make a point.
Why don't you report me to the bar? I'm practicing law without a license. I'm openly, at this point, especially after this last realization, I am openly practicing law without a license. This motorcycle right here has no insurance. I'm going to show you guys how many miles are on it. No insurance, never been registered. Let's go ahead and look up how many miles are on it. Let's see here. Where's it going to be at? Right here? Right here. Yeah, 8,495 miles.
Oh, I've seen that too, wannabe.
No insurance. No driver's license. Well, just at the very beginning, and then I'll show you again. Here's the license plate.
This man reminds you of your ex. Oh God, glad they're an ex. Yeah, if you ever hear the Amnesty Coalition mentioned in a Sobsit video, that's his thing.
And I'm ready, bro.
Bruh?
I don't know what it is. This whole practicing law thing, I don't know what it is, but it has shattered the last pillar of whatever was holding up whatever it was that was preventing me. And dude, I am ready to go up against literally anyone. The IRS, the Department of State, the Office of Foreign Relations, the Franchise Tax Board. I'm ready for all at the same time, by the way. I'm ready for all of it, all at the same time. And by myself, without a lawyer, I will easily crush every single person. And it's been this kind of long.
Does he think law enforcement can't find him? You could probably find him based on the things he's filming. Other people certainly can. I mean, geoguesser experts are a thing, and he already narrowed it down to California, so.
Long journey to get here. And I don't know what it is, guys. Because I know I have a huge audience. My audience is going to see this. I don't know what it is. But this fucking practicing law without a license thing is so... It was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And dude, I feel literally like fucking Neo.
Does he actually have a huge audience? He's big for sovereign citizens. He has 68,000 subscribers. Which is about as big as it gets for a sovereign citizen YouTube channel.
And if there's anybody out there that wants to stop paying taxes, I don't charge for my course. You can ask anybody. I guarantee you all the...
To be clear, I should say a lot of his stuff circulates on Facebook and various Telegram channels, so even when he's not on YouTube, his stuff gets shared amongst other sovereign citizens on other websites, including Facebook. He has a pretty big Facebook presence and a Facebook page.
Comments all the way down this video is going to be like, he doesn't charge, blah, blah, blah. I really don't charge. The course is completely free. And when I say free, I mean, the only reason why I even take your first and last name is just so I can get past the spam filters. Dear Mr., it'll have your last name, and it'll send each individual email that way to try to get through try to get past the spam filters. That's it. You can sign up for my 3.0 free contract.
Is that PhD lady that we see on tinfoil a Sobsit, and does she have a lot of subs? She is a sovereign citizen. She has way fewer subs than Brandon.
Killer course completely
way fewer.
Free. And I'm telling you right now, like, I am ready, bro. This is it. I am ready for complete, no holds barred, to the death war. My definition of war, I think, is a lot different than most people's, because I don't really think anything's going to happen. But bro, I'm ready. I'm ready for every fucking criminal charge. Practicing law without a license. Not filing taxes. State and federal. I'm ready for avoiding whatever it is anyone. I'm ready, bro. I am literally.
Yeah, he survives entirely off this grift. Skipazoa with 100 bits says, I wouldn't want my email on his lists once the agencies start investigating this guy. No kidding. Also, like he said, he practices law without a license, so he will, receive money for doing legal services for people incorrectly.
Literally 100% ready. And I just... Dude, it's so beautiful. It's so incredible. I just finished the 3.0 version of my free contract killer course. We've got, tens of thousands of people kind of rolling through that right now. And I don't know, man. I've just been seeing a lot of these talking head videos, and I don't really do any of them myself. I don't think I've ever really come on here and done anything like this, hardly ever. And I'm in Malibu, California, and I'm just breathing in the air, and I'm just, dude, I'm telling you.
Even said Malibu. He says Malibu.
Right after the 3.0 course is when this whole
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Whole practicing law without a license thing broke. It was right around the 10th video of the course. You'll see me talking about it a little bit. Joe Lustica sent me a document. And I don't...
Joe Lustica's this other sovereign citizen we started covering relatively recently.
All right.
This guy.
So, my mission is to share the truth.
Thumbtacks holding up the roof of the car.
Oh, man.
Main Captain with a 15 stream streak says, hello, how you doing?
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, this thing is so big. The taxes thing is big. There's a lot of big things. I don't know what it is. Practicing law, I can literally go and represent anybody.
Not legally. Try it in court. I'd like to see it. Green guy with a tip says, I gardened for 45 minutes and went grocery shopping today. Woke up at 7:30, wife got up at 10:30 and chilled with pets, drank tea on my front porch and watched the birds. Why can't that be these guys' goals, right? Wish I was retired.
Without any bar license. Legally. And there's not a fucking thing. I think maybe the reason why I like it so much is because it pisses off all the fucking attorneys. All these fucking attorneys running around, and they had to pay all this.
Yeah, if I was a doctor and I saw someone running around calling themselves a doctor who was cutting people open and killing them because they have no idea what to do, I'd also be upset. This is the legal version of that.
Money, and they had to go to school, and they had to do all this fucking bullshit. And a guy named One Stupid Curse Word comes along.
One Stupid Fuck is the name of his website.
And makes their entire schooling and their entire bar membership completely worthless.
It doesn't. You're crazy. These are delusions of grandeur.
And it just crushes the soul, the pathetic, tiny, ridiculous, disgusting soul of every fucking attorney. And I think that's why, that's what it is. I think that's what's got me so fucking fired up. It's just like, it's the biggest fuck you that has literally ever occurred in the legal world. And I am at the center of it. And I couldn't be more proud. I literally couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more proud. It's like a special private message to every fucking attorney out there, including
Green guy says Princess Doctor got away with it. I don't know what that's a reference to.
Attorneys in the criminal investigation department at the IRS, including the attorneys at the franchise tax board, whatever, if they have a criminal investigation unit, the IRS, the DMV, if they have attorneys over there, for people who don't have licenses, who are driving around, who are doing whatever, for people who are working at the bar. A couple of years ago, the bar sent me a cease and desist, and I told them to go fuck themselves, and they did, actually. But now, dude, I
can't believe they didn't follow up on that. Who's this jabroni? This is Brandon Joe Williams. He's a sovereign citizen guru. Tons of sovereign citizens get their information from him. He sells fake Sovcit license plates and IDs and all sorts of stuff. He's a fraudster.
What's happening right now, and this video and this message, is the biggest fuck you to every single one of those individual people. Like, if you work for the criminal investigation department at the IRS, fuck you.
What a choice.
If you work at the franchise tax board in California for people who don't pay taxes, fuck you. I don't pay taxes. What are you gonna do about it, bitch? I pay no taxes. Nothing. I don't even file.
Does he believe his own BS, or is it purely grift? I think he believes his own BS. I really do. I think he believes he's a genius. He thinks he is a once-in-a-lifetime legal mind. He's serious about this. It's kind of like Marcel in that way.
I have no driver's license. I turned it in. You can go on my website on the amnestycoalition.org. You can go to the plates and passports page, and you can look up the driver's license informational sheet that shows that I turned in my driver's license. I think in 24, I forget what month, somewhere in 24. I'm going to get on this
This is just an impotent tantrum because he lost? I hope so.
Motorcycle that I just showed you guys on this video.
That's my theory. I said that at the beginning. Like, he lost recently in the Supreme Court. Assume he's trying to reassert some kind of feeling of power, some sort of feeling that he knows what he's talking about and that he isn't a fraud.
And I'm going to go cranking, leaned all the way, not all the way over, but leaned over pretty good, through the mountains right now. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it, DMV? What are you going to do about it? The bar? That's the biggest one. The bar. You fuckers contacted me 2 years ago about practicing law without a license. Why didn't you do anything about it? You're getting paid to go out and do something about it. Why aren't you doing anything about it? This is my challenge to you. With this new breakthrough, I mean, back then...
Hope this video was sent to all of those. Yeah, I hope so. I hope someone did. I'm too lazy to do it.
I sent you guys a couple letters. They're kind of... I reviewed them recently. They're not the greatest thing in the world. You guys never did anything about it. Dude, now, you guys waited too long. You guys waited way too long, because now you're fucked. You are completely fucked. The bar is done. Like,
green guy with a tip. This is more like a normal green guy tip. We were getting informative ones earlier. This is more classic green guy. Says, I have cucumbers out back. The vines are growing little cucumber dicks already. Okay.
This new realization that I've had, this new breakthrough that I've had, like, the bar is literally fucked. And I couldn't be happier. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it? You can contact me. I'm lonely, guys. I'm lonely, FTB. I'm lonely, IRS. I'm lonely, bar. Why has no one knocked on my door? I'm suing everybody. And nobody sues me. I'm lonely. Please. Don't leave me lonely.
If reasonable people are ever in charge again, we really need to crack down on every form of fraud, even a little bit. Everything's been so loose for decades, like it's really getting to the point where scammers are just operating out in the open and saying, what are you gonna do about it? Not even just in this instance, though this is emblematic of the problem. See this all over the place now. Like, all ads are scams. Everything's a fucking scam because they get away with it, because there's no enforcement. This needs to stop. We need rules that prevent this shit. It is so out of hand. Like, if you pulled all of the fraud and grift out of the economy, I'm almost scared to know what it looks like right now. I think the scams are load-bearing, which you don't want.
Please don't leave me lonely. Anyone out there that hates me, please take this video and report me. Attach it to a reporting form and send it to the bar, the FTB, the Department of State. I'm about ready to get on my motorcycle with no insurance, no driver's license, no registration, with diplomatic plates that I made for myself.
Yeah, it's shitty to do, man.
For my own nation. And I'm about ready to ride over an hour to go back home to Glendale, California from Malibu, California. I challenge you. I openly challenge you to do something about it. And the reason why none of these organizations will do anything about it is because I'm going to blow it up. It's going to be huge. There's going to be 100,000 people watching whatever happens. And it's a huge risk if you lose. If the bar sues me or comes after me for unlicensed practice of law, and you lose, everything comes crashing down.
I want this guy to get his comeuppance so bad. The California bar, what are you doing? I am begging you to destroy this terrible, terrible person.
If the IRS sues me, they hardly sue anybody every year. It's like 500,000 audits and then 500 civil suits per year. It's a joke. But go ahead and sue me on
video link, yeah, sure. One sec. Here's the video if you want it for whatever reason. I would never imply or tell you to do anything with it. Here it is if you want it for any reason.
IRS, because if you lose, you got a lot. You guys have a lot more to lose than I do. Let me tell you right now. Come get.
Are you serious, man? If you actually got sued by the IRS or by the California State Bar, it's not even a question if you're going to lose. It would just be how long it's going to take.
Get my motorcycle, fine.
Trey says, so something I was working on for a long time is a list of the most impactful cases of fraud that have sort of set up the current ecosystem in the U.S. Like it's both a testament to how much money there can be made in life and how limited regulators are when lawmakers are against them. Yeah.
But if I win, I'm taking everything. I can't believe it, bro. Practicing law without a license, completely legal. It is so huge. So big. It's so big. Oh, man, it's so big. Anyways, if you guys want to learn more, I have a link in my bio. And
yeah, he's racist too.
Yeah, I got a free course. I've got a book. I've got a bunch of different pages. Practicing law without a license. I'm going to start doing it on purpose. I'm going to start smashing into these fucking courts, dude. On purpose. I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to do it. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do it yet, but man, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's so big. And I'm so glad you guys are here. And I challenge anyone to report me, please God. And send me the reports. If you guys report me and send me the reports, I'll post them online. I'll send them to my email list. Fuck yeah, bro. Don't do it. Don't do anonymous. That's gay as fuck. That's so fucking gay if you do anonymous. Don't do anonymous. Put your name.
Don't do it anonymously. Report me and then send me your information so I can attack you.
Come on there, put your email on there, and I will post it.
Oh yeah, the SpaceX IPO is a fucking disaster.
Send it to me and I will.
Don't worry, the entire working public is going to hold that bag through their 401ks. Woo!
Post it. It's time, bro. Research has gotten to such an incredible level, and it's time. You call it war, I call it fun. But I'm ready to rumble. All right, guys. Time to lean into these corners. Later.
What a fucking douche. Oh, look, he posted a second video.
Hey, guys. Hello. So, you guys really liked that last video that I made. Holy shit, that thing went crazy. I guess these talking head videos really kind of hit it off. And I know a lot of people were like, what is this? And all this kind of stuff. And new people were kind of commenting in and all that kind of stuff. And I'll keep doing these if you guys like them. Assuming if you guys like them. So this is, I'll talk a little bit about, and this is kind of, a little bit, these videos, I'm going to kind of
How many views does this one have? He posted this one more recently, so it only has about 2,000 views right now.
He's a little bit more geared toward new people.
He also posted on his Facebook.
Just so like...
His viewership is spread out a little bit more. He's got a lot of Facebook people. I think he's got a Telegram channel. He's got a YouTube. And they're all kind of different audiences. His YouTube viewers are a little younger or middle-aged. The Facebook people tend to be middle-aged or older. Not sure about the makeup of the Telegram people because that's the nature of Telegram. You don't really get a full profile on someone.
My existing audience is kind of like, what the hell's going on, right? These are going to be a little bit more geared toward new people because I don't really know why anyone who actually watches my videos and my free course or reads my book or anything else would find a whole lot of value in these, but whatever. You guys can let me know what you think about these. They're kind of slow, rambling. They might repeat themselves. They're kind of surface level, but you can share them, I don't know. But I wanted to talk today about practicing law without a license. And this huge, monstrous breakthrough. You guys got to see this. Check this out. This is the Glendale Galleria. This is a company called Wet. I can show you the... They got the music going and everything. I can show you the plaque. I actually know the guy. There's an old trainer that I used to train with. His name is Eric Trainer. He actually killed himself. It's actually a really depressing story. The guy was amazing.
Why are you bringing it up?
And he used to do these huge Zooms with all these young kids and stuff. And he has a gym inside of the company that made this humongous fountain. And I'll show it to you here. I'm going to try to get past this guy's legs. I'm just going to show this plaque, if you would. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my way, bitch. I'm filming a live stream.
Thanks. So there you go. That's the plaque for the. And yeah, it's kind of a weird story. Eric the Trainer was the guy who owns Wet, the guy who created all this stuff. You can see it here. The guy who created this had a trainer. I had the same trainer for a little while. This is probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Are you going to talk about sovereign citizen stuff, or are you just going to ramble about that too?
So, the definition of the word state, when I say citizen of a state, it means one of those. It does not refer to a U.S. territory or insular possession. There's actually some cases on this.
In YouTube, someone asks, I'm kind of new to watching SovSits. Does this guy actually research, or does he, quote, research, meaning he reads documents but's functionally illiterate and he doesn't understand anything he reads? The latter is true for many sovereign citizens. Brandon's a little different. Brandon is a Scientologist and or former Scientologist. Or, just or, not and. He can't be both. He's either a scientist or Scientologist or a former Scientologist. And a big part of Scientology is definitions, is looking up definitions. So in Scientology, if you're reading Dianetics or any of the material that's important to the cult, almost called it a religion, important to the cult, and you don't understand something, the rule is you are supposed to go to a dictionary, and you are supposed to read the dictionary definition of a words that you don't understand, until you understand it. And if you don't understand any of the words in that definition, then you look up the definition of those words, and you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. This is basically a way that they can have you train yourself into mental gymnastics where you can read any primary source document and kind of definitionally contort it into saying what you want it to say, or at least convince yourself it's saying something different than it's actually saying, so you can self-justify. So I think that's what he's doing here. He talks a lot about looking up legal definitions. So I think he's basically taking the Scientology dictionary definition thing and applying it to sovereign citizenry. So I think he's literate, he's able to read. The problem is he is misinterpreting what he is reading and has been taught through the cult that he has been in to contort the meanings of words into what he wants them to mean.
Way back, all the way at the very beginning, LZ and Dundas, something, I forget the name of it. John Marshall was actually the guy a long time ago that covers this, right? And so the definition of the word state, in a constitutional sense, means only exclusively one of the states of the Union. Like, for example, back when Hawaii or Alaska...
Literate but lacks comprehension. It's almost worse than that. It's not that he necessarily lacks comprehension. It's that in place of comprehension, he has built a parallel but incorrect comprehension that he thinks is accurate. He has built an alternative comprehension that is not in line with reality, but he believes it is. Does that make sense?
Were U.S. territories, and they weren't states yet, it wouldn't have included those in the definition of the word state. So if you were a citizen of Hawaii before it became an actual state of the Union, and it was still considered a U.S. territory, you wouldn't actually be qualified to be a citizen of a state. We have two entirely separate systems in America with two entirely separate classes of citizenship.
All right. You know what? We can be done with him for today. We already watched like a 20-minute thing from him. We can find some other stuff from what I pulled today to take a listen to. Here's another Michigan court case. This is courtesy of the channel Facts or Frauds.
City of Lansing.
Oh, sorry, Terradona. Terradona says, and at some point he might become a guest of the state. True.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
City of Lansing versus Aaron Skates, 25-01554. Appearance, please.
Elizabeth Mahoney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
And Mr. Skates is present
Sorry, I'm trying to move the captions.
today. You understand today is the date scheduled for jury trial, correct? Excuse me?
No.
You requested a jury trial. Are you no longer requesting a jury trial?
Well, I didn't know it's for today.
It is for today.
You didn't know today was your jury trial? That's not good. Sorry, I might have missed a tip. Green Guy says, soon I'll have cucumber dicks growing in both the front and the back. Jesus Christ, Green Guy.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I just wish to remain silent and just challenge the courts and the jurisdiction.
Okay, sounds good. Do you know that if you were visiting London and you committed a crime, they have jurisdiction over you just as well as this court has jurisdiction over you for the alleged crime, correct?
For the alleged crime?
Correct. Okay. And you still elect to represent yourself today, correct? Okay. We're going to put you down back at the jail until the time that the jury appears, and then we'll proceed with jury selection, okay? Thank you. Now, back on the record in the matter of the City of Lansing versus Aaron Skates. This is 25-01554. Counsel, can I have your appearance, please?
Elizabeth Mahoney on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Okay, and then you're Aaron Joseph Skates, correct?
Record, my name.
You're
name
fine,
is,
just a
changed
beat.
for Aaron Joseph Bay. That's the.
You had a legal name change, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. At the time of this alleged incident, was your name legally changed? Okay.
They had the passport, the IDs and all that.
Okay, so your former name was Aaron Skates, but your legal name now is Bay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, more.
So we'll note that here. Aaron Joseph Skates, formerly Aaron Joseph Skates, okay? Currently.
The monitor's huge. Yeah, I think it's a computer that's an all-in-one, so it's kind of got the computer tower in the monitor.
Aaron Joseph Bay.
Joseph.
Yep. Okay, Joseph Bay. Okay. And when you address the court, you can stand. Okay. And so prior to us bringing up the jury, I do need to address some issues. First and foremost, there was a brief in support of the city's motion. They made a motion in limine, and that was a motion to eliminate certain facts. And so their concern or their request ultimately is for there to be anything that would cause a confusion for a jury to be eliminated. So it says any argument related to the strawman theory or legal trust should be excluded from trial as they have no legal relevance and will cause jury confusion. It says the plaintiff anticipates that the defendant will attempt to present an alternative theory that.
So the plaintiffs in this case are trying to bar him from bringing up the pseudo-legal straw man stuff. Fair.
Forming a trust.
I don't know if you're allowed to block him from spouting bullshit. I genuinely don't know.
Puts him above the law. This argument has
I know you can't claim legal arguments that aren't true. The court will stop you and correct you because that would misinform the jury, but
no basis in law and is irrelevant under Michigan Court Rule of Evidence 402. It's clear in stating that irrelevant evidence is inadmissible. Forming a trust is not
okay. I think she's actually going to do it.
Make a person above the law, nor should it. Even if the court deemed the potential evidence to be irrelevant under Michigan Rule of Evidence 403, allows a court to exclude relevant evidence if its probative value is.
What's this case about? Probably debt, if I had to guess, since it's not criminal and it's civil. Usually with sovereign citizens, it's like a credit card that they took out a bunch of debt on and never paid back. Or they made some sort of purchase, like an automobile or a bike or something, and took it out on credit, and then they didn't pay it back. Stuff like that, usually.
Substantially outweighed by the danger of confusing issues, misleading the jury, undue delay, or wasting time. This court is solely responsible for instructing the jury as to what law applies and how it applies, allowing the jury to
Let's not wish debtors' jail back into the world. I'd rather not. The world is already fucked up enough. The U.S. is already fucked up enough. I think we're about 5 years from legislators actually trying to bring back debtors' prison, so let's not.
For the defendant that is dispute unfounded and misinterpreted law will confuse the issue, mislead the jury, cause undue delay, and waste time, all while prejudicing the plaintiff or the people in this
You're fine. I make bad jokes all the time. It's basically my brand.
case at trial. This is any contract theory or uniform commercial code arguments are also not relevant to criminal matters and should be deemed inappropriate and inadmissible due to the documents that the defendant has provided the plaintiff. There's reason to believe the defendant will attempt to assert legal principles based in contract law or uniform commercial code, neither of which have any application to this criminal trial.
Okay, no, it is a criminal thing. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Law does not apply as there has never.
I don't know what the charges are.
As there was never a contract between the defendant and the plaintiff, nor any offer to enter into one. Similarly, the uniform commercial code is irrelevant to this matter as it does not involve a commercial transaction or any sort. This is a criminal matter and only criminal law procedures and rules should apply if the defendant is allowed to make this claim.
Oh, it's drunk driving? Don't do that.
It will further confuse the jury in this case and cause undue delay. So that
wait, you weren't done. Okay.
The file and the brief, or the motion in the brief that was filed by the prosecutor in this matter, again, the city attorney's office. They filed this back in September 18, 2025. I reviewed the file and did not see a response from you.
I filed before that, I had a tort claim.
You're going to ask if it was criminal? Yes, drunk driving is criminal.
Sorry?
I had a tort claim leaning against the corporation, against the companies.
What companies?
The city of Lansing and the state of Michigan.
You filed a tort claim against them, and what's the case number for that?
Oh, I don't have the documents.
Okay, that's if you filed any civil tort action against them, that would be separate from this criminal matter. So what does that have to do with your response to their motion in limine?
So you're being criminally charged, so instead you're suing the state. That's not going to stop them from prosecuting you?
The criminal matter, I need to see proof of there being any crime that I committed.
Well, that's why we're here today, is for them to determine whether or not they have proof beyond a reasonable doubt that there was a crime that was committed.
Peoplord says, Your Honorable Justice Hannah, can you rule on Mrs. Katz's recent communication? Oh God, what is it? Oh, this is from Doja Cat. It says, hey Elon, if you see this, please put the audio post feature back on here. Thanks, you frog-billed looking bitch. Barrel-chested Ewok, you look like you eat sand. Alright.
Okay, so as to their motion...
my ruling is, it made me laugh. So funny. Hold on, where'd my gavel go? That's where all my power derives from. There's new lore for you. I think it's a little tiny tap.
Find their motion to be well supported and founded in the law, which this is a criminal matter and only the rules of a criminal procedure apply here, and the rules of evidence apply here as it relates to criminal cases. In the court, I am the one responsible for gatekeeping what information is as it relates to the law goes to the jury so that we don't cause undue delay. I don't think you want to be here for longer than you need to be, and neither does any of the jury members. It kind of frustrates them when they're here for things that they don't, that longer than they need to be. The other thing is we need to prevent them from having confusion. I recognize there's been some unorthodox arguments that you have made, both in this case on the record and then also in your filings. You filed a common law copyright notice, a notice of claim against public.
A common law copyright notice? What is a common law copyright notice?
Bond, a private ministerial trust declaration was filed. There was some addendum of commercial lien agreement that was filed, and then some notary documents. And so those things have been placed in the file. I don't know for what purpose they were filed with this court. Again, this is not a civil matter. This is not a matter involving any trust. And so this is a criminal matter. You've made statements on the record about whether or not you believe the court or this entity to have jurisdiction. The court has already been determined to have jurisdiction over this matter, which is why it's being heard in this.
Is the gavel your power lantern ring? It's more of how I hone it.
District court. So those arguments are.
Without it, all of my sardonic comments and witty quips just get real bad. I need the gavel to focus it.
Now mute, we've already addressed those. And so as it relates to any statements of law to a.
Karpkosian says, my hand slipped. I filed a complaint against Brandon Joe Williams with the California State Bar. Don't you hate it when that happens? Oh, whoops. Happens all the time to me.
Jury regarding the strawman theory or the universal commercial code. The universal commercial code does not apply to this. This is not a transaction that.
What if the gavel breaks? I actually have like 3 gavels I've collected throughout the years. You guys sent me at least one of them. This is the one closest to me right now. This is actually the worst gavel. As you can see, it has kind of a weird bend in it. It like bends to the right. Not the. Nope. 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 You are 32. You are 32. You are 32. We are not.
Would involve a universal commercial code. So that would be prohibited, as well as any contract law theory. This is not a contract law case. This is strictly a criminal case and strictly strictly a criminal ordinance matter case. So the law that is alleged, or the laws that are alleged to have been violated are both first that you furnished false information to the police, and then also that you obstructed official business. The court is using the criminal jury instruction rule for those alleged crimes. Those are the laws that will be provided to the jury for their consideration.
Nice, Jason Proxy.
But again, it is the burden squarely upon the prosecutor, which is the city, to prove that you did those things. They must prove them beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so the court is granting the motion for a motion in limine. When the jury is brought up, we don't typically require for defendants in custody to be cuffed. However, you have a nature in this court that does cause the court some concerns with uncuffing you. I am going to allow you to be uncuffed with you. What is your dominant writing hand? Left hand. We will uncuff you so that you can write and take notes. You have paper and pen for that purpose. We will make sure you have those things so that you can take notes and that.
Yeah, he is being chill for a sob sit.
You can have your hand available.
He's wrong. He's gonna get found guilty, but yeah, he's being chill at least.
For that, I will not be completely uncuffing you because my complete and utter recollection of not too long ago, you were in the court across the hall and created a disruption and caused some harm, physical harm to some people. So I would need to keep you cuffed for the safety and security of those in this courtroom. We're in very close proximity. You understand that? You understand that? Okay. Do you have any questions at this time?
No questions at all.
Okay. We'll have you have your seat for now. We're going to bring the jury up, and then we will begin with a jury selection. During jury selection, you will have an opportunity to ask the jury of some questions. So you have.
So then they get into voir dire, which we do not have video of. But then we get into the actual trial itself. Let me real quick. I have to run and use the bathroom, and then we'll get to the trial. I think that's what we'll be covering basically for the next hour, and then we'll be done with the stream. So while I'm gone, Chair will tell you about We're talking, this case is in Michigan. The Lake Michigan monster banned in 4 lakes. I'll be right back. Ow, shit. Ow, fuck. I hit the back of my foot, like the Achilles tendon. I chopped it with part of the chair. Be right back. All right. Wait, hold on. I put that in the wrong place. Sorry, has to go by my arrow stuff. All right, let's do this trial.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You have a seat. You can state your first and last name and spellable.
Thoughts on the movie Troy? Are you asking because Arrow's releasing it? I've never seen it.
Tyrese and Clinton.
I'm not big on like sand and sandal stuff. I'm not big on stuff about Greece or Rome or Greco-Roman myths. It's never been my thing.
UIRICEMCCLINTO.
Speak to the speak answer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer McCutcheon, we've already given your name. Where do you work?
City of Lincoln.
As doing what?
Police officer.
How long have you been a police officer for the city of Lincoln?
5 years.
And how long have you been a police officer?
That should have been one of the first hints I wasn't a boy. I don't give a shit about the Roman Empire. And just generally think they're dicks. No, I'm not going to see the Odyssey. I think the last film I enjoyed from him was Interstellar. I haven't seen Oppenheimer, though, so.
Right.
Is in your job as a Lansing police officer, have you had any specialized training? Was there any to become a police officer?
Yes.
Your kid loves stop motion, so she constantly watches Clash of the Titans. That's fair. That is a great movie, mostly because of Ray Harryhausen, so I get that.
Can you tell us more about that?
I went to a police academy. About 5-6 months. And then a year of on-the-job training. Field training.
And what is on the job training like?
Field training. You work with a field training officer and they teach you how to do the job outside of the police academy.
So, what are your duties as a police officer?
Patrol division.
Patrol division. Can you tell us more about that?
I respond to calls of service that I receive from also enforcing traffic.
And were you on duty on March 2nd, 2024?
Yes.
On that date, do you recall an incident occurring at or near West Edgewood Boulevard and South Washington Avenue?
Yeah.
Are West Edgewood Boulevard and South Washington Avenue located in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
I have something. You said March 22nd?
May 22nd.
Okay, thank you. You said March. So you need to re-ask that question. You did say March, and he said yes.
Okay, we're on duty on May 22nd.
It's interesting that they don't have the officer on camera. In most courts I've seen, even in Michigan, they have like the witnesses and stuff that are on the stand on camera.
2024?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. I must have March on the brain.
Is Danhausen's Harry's brother? I wish I got that joke. I don't know who Danhausen is, though.
So you were West Edgewood Boulevard and South Washington Avenue are located in the city of Lansing, correct?
Correct.
And that's in Ingham County, Michigan? Thank you.
Oh, it's a WWE thing. I gotcha. I'm not caught up.
Is that area open to the general public?
Or not versed enough if he's an older wrestler. Sorry.
Can you tell me more about what happened that night?
I was getting into WWE, and I was watching SmackDown. I didn't have access to Raw, but I at least gone back into the 90s SmackDown stuff, and I was in the Attitude Era, and I was enjoying it, but then they took WWE off the fucking app I was using. So I just don't get to watch WWE stuff.
Telejury, please.
While on routine police patrol,
You think the camera angle from where it's placed, it would show the jury? Ah, that would make sense.
observed a vehicle that was traveling westbound on Edgewood. It didn't have a Michigan driver's like a plate on the back of the car. So I was traveling westbound, and then kind of see me behind them, and then they made a U-turn and started traveling eastbound, and then they turned into a parking lot that was there, like near. I conducted a traffic stop because there was a proper plate of the car, and
yeah, the officer doesn't seem like he's done a lot of testifying or something. Or maybe he's just not well spoken. I don't know. That happens.
When you were conducting that traffic stop, who did you speak to?
Spoke with the driver and front seat passenger.
What did you ask them?
Typically on a traffic stop, we introduce ourselves and tell the reason for the stop. I identified myself as an officer with Lansing Police Department. At that time, I was in full police uniform, and asked for driver's license, registration, and insurance.
Did you receive those things?
Oh, by the way, I have another appointment for my bottom surgery tomorrow. I made the appointment like 7 months ago. So if you wondered why 7 months ago or so, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing like bottom surgery stuff. And then I stopped. It's because I had to wait for this appointment. So that's exciting.
Some of those things.
I'm not even on the waiting list yet.
Presented me
Getting there.
with a driver's license after the registration.
I would love to not be able to make dick jokes anymore, like that are personal. And then I can just forget about it and stop joking about it because of the trauma and just pretend I never had it. It'll be so nice.
I didn't hear what you said. You said they presented you with a driver's license and then what?
Absent of the registration and insurance.
So you spoke to both parties?
Yes.
When you're performing this traffic stop, you would
Thank you, Phoenix. I appreciate you not picturing me with a wiener.
You said you asked for the driver's license. You didn't receive the other two items. Why is that?
When I asked for the driver, it was a female.
Anyone who does picture me with a wiener, that's not illegal. It's a little fucked up.
Driver. I asked her for the requested documents that she was driving. And while doing so, the male passenger intervened
Good choice, Phoenix.
Why she didn't provide those documents.
No genitals, only Halloween.
And do you see the
You don't picture most people's genitals, you're doing better than a lot of Republicans.
past for your president in the courtroom today? And can you describe what they're wearing or what they look like?
A white shirt, white t-shirt.
And can you point to them, please? Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant
As who?
as the passenger on the night of May 22nd.
The passenger is identified.
That's
Okay. You can continue.
Thank you.
All right.
Is that going to
They're
be
putting in
video?
the video.
Can you pause it, please?
yes, Your Honor.
Is this your body cam?
That is my body.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Officer McClinton Lansing, please. Pulled you over today because
Wannabe says, back in the 70s, my dad was friends with the right people at the Scope Coliseum, and we used to go in the days before a wrestling match, watch them practicing their matches. The only bad part was when we did go to the match, I already knew who would win. How open of a secret was that it was all predetermined in the 70s? Because I was under the impression that this, like, got a congressional hearing in, like, the 80s? Seems like it was already kind of like a open thing, right?
there's no.
That's why they started going by World Wrestling Entertainment. Because they're entertainment, you know? It was an open secret. Were people still wagering on these matches?
Registration on the vehicle.
How you doing?
Hi.
Just
I just need your driver's license. Is it registered? Registration and insurance?
Trying to tell you.
Okay.
yeah. So we're operating. We're not for hire. We're just travelers. We're traveling. I have some.
People still wager on it. Like, do you just wager based on what you think WWE is going to take their story, basically? So you're basically betting on what the writers came up with. That's insane.
Documentation proving such right here.
They changed their name because they got sued by the World Wildlife Foundation. That's pretty based.
You're what?
We're traveling. So what it means is we're just traveling.
You can bet on outcomes on scripted shows now? I guess you can. I'm not a fan of that. Why is all gambling now shit that you can very easily do insider trading on? What?
We're not using any driver's license at all. We're just traveling in our personal property. It's our vehicle. It's our vehicle. We have a title for it and everything. It's just we're not operating. We're not driving.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Have I heard about the big problems of leaks on Survivor? No, I've never watched Survivor. I'm not big into competition reality shows. I'm into reality shows where it's like, look at this crazy person. Look at this person making bad decisions. Look at this person who's been failed by the system, but we're gonna mock them anyway. Those kind of reality shows. I think they're really interesting. Not necessarily for the reason the creators intend, but they're interesting.
Do you have
Werner Herzog agrees, by the way.
a driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not uncultured. Daniel Day-Lewis watches reality shows.
I have that? And then I'll need the registration and an insurance for the car.
That's the thing. We don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're not operating. We don't have insurance at all because we don't.
What do you mean you're not operating?
Yeah.
I don't need to see that. What do you mean by
this
explains
this
the
explains.
Okay, I don't care
This
about none of
explains
that.
our
You need
bullshit.
a driver's license, registration, and insurance when driving, operating a motor vehicle. You are operating.
We're not operating though. We're traveling.
Okay.
And it's
traveling or
law.
operating.
It's law.
Okay.
We have it here.
Do you have that information that I requested?
We have it here.
No, the information I requested from you. Your driver's license,
I have my driver's license.
the registration, and the proof of insurance. I don't care about that. I need your driver's license, registration. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
That's fine. I need your driver's license,
Here's my driver's
your
license.
registration, and the insurance.
Then here's my travelers, because I know you're gonna ask for my identification too, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys
in the state of Michigan, on the Michigan roadway, you have to have a legal, a valid driver's license, a registration, and proof of insurance. Okay.
I'm trying to explain to him that right here, Supreme Court, other court citation proving no license necessary for normal automobiles on the common ways, and that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just citizens traveling, and that's all we're doing pretty much.
Traveling, operating, it's the same thing.
No, it's not, because when you're driving.
Listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. I've dealt with this so many times.
Yeah, but right.
Hold on. I'm gonna set some expectations right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up in handcuffs. This means
True.
absolutely nothing, and you should have gotten your money back.
I applaud that officer for being very direct about that. I don't think it'll be helpful. But it is satisfying to just hear one of them say, look, you should get your money back, you got ripped off. I know it won't help, but still, good to say.
You're talking about common law. Common law existed prior to statutory law. Statutory law, listen to me. Statutory law overrules.
We don't need handcuffs. We don't need handcuffs. I do have a warrant, and I do have the money for it.
Okay.
I have.
Oh, she just admitted to having a warrant. Well, the handcuffs are coming then.
$500 for it. I'm just trying to turn it in.
Okay.
So that's the thing. It was from a fight, an old relationship that I was in.
Okay.
So that's basically previously what it was. I've been talking to an attorney.
Okay.
But I am going to work. I work at Kroger, and I am taking care of that. So this, I didn't know that this wasn't.
Yeah, it's not a thing. People try to do that common law stuff all the time. It's not a thing. So that's why I'm going around it. If it were so, we are trained law enforcers, and if this was a thing, we would be trained in that area.
Okay.
Like you said, it's statutory law. We're no longer under common law.
And I'm not
You're operating on the middle. You're traveling, operating. It could be interchangeable. That word is interchangeable. Whether you're traveling or operating, you're operating a motor vehicle is what you're doing. So
it's interesting. The guy that's on trial isn't even the driver. So what did he do during this stop that caused him to be arrested? I just realized he's not in the driver's seat.
And I live right here in Edgewood.
Okay.
And
where's your warrant out of?
He may have had a warrant too. Yeah.
It's for like an old domestic.
Where is it out of Lansing?
Yeah, it's in Lansing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
But it's not for like probation or anything of that nature. They just want money. I've already talked to people before.
Okay. Well, I'll check on that and see what that is. Okay. And then we'll go from there. Okay.
But I'm not angry.
I'm not saying that you are.
Being handcuffed, and I can't just drive the car home if that's the case. I live literally right around the corner.
Listen.
They're not going to let you drive the car home. You have a warrant. They have to arrest you.
I don't want the car to get towed.
One thing at a time, okay?
It's a case like that.
All right. 1 second, okay? 1 second.
We will take another look at rolling domestic.
Can you give us a quick summary of what we've just seen?
That was the initial traffic stop, and then my interaction with the driver.
And
so he gives a fake identity to the cops? That's not great.
When you were interacting with the passenger and driver, did you have backup at any point? And who was your backup?
Officer Mark.
During a traffic stop, is it normal? Who normally does the majority of the talking?
Typically the driver does.
And who was doing the majority of the talking during this traffic stop? Does that make your job easier? When you're doing a traffic stop, what are you investigating?
What was I investigating?
Yes.
well, during that time, see if there was a violation of a law.
In this case, at first, it was what was it?
The registration.
And so,
yeah, he's not very good. He's got to be a newer officer.
You're doing the investigation. Okay. What were you wearing during this traffic stop?
My police shoe.
Can you describe it for us?
It's a bulletproof vest.
Like, she was clearly asking for an RAS for the stop, and he's like, looking for crime? I know he corrected it by saying outdated registration, but still, pretty clear she was asking for the RAS, and he can't just say crime?
Police, my name, badge, gear, and it has marking, identifiable pieces on it that says police on it.
And what were you driving that evening?
Police vehicle.
And are there identifiable markings on it?
Reasonable articulable suspicion.
Yes.
What did it say?
Lansing police.
Anything else on the vehicle?
Isolating lights that were activated in the time of this traffic stop.
So as you're investigating this that night, was it harder to investigate your traffic stop?
Yes.
Why?
I was speaking with the driver and the passenger kept interfering and trying to provide additional information, which caused me not to be able to get the necessary pieces of information that I needed.
What are those pieces of information?
The driver's license, registration, and insurance.
When you're going back to the vehicle at this point that we see you back with your computer, what are you doing?
So there, so as I was just running the information in our database to just verify, in our lien system, we can verify, see if a person's driver's license is active. It also tells us if a vehicle is registered, if it has insurance, and if a person has warrants or wants. And so I was doing that during that time.
Whose names were you running?
The driver and the passenger.
What came back from the passenger?
There was, so typically, and not all the time, but just based on my training experience and the amount, whenever you have an encounter with an individual that.
Yeah, he's saying from his training experience instead of from my experience. New.
For the age of 18, typically they have, well, really 16, but we give 18. Then it's about you're an adult and you have some sort of identification from the Secretary of State that states who you are, because you have official business, doctor's appointments, driving. If you don't have to drive, you have some type of identification, identify you as a person. That system, if you run a person that is over the age of 18 or appears to be over 18, and if they give you a name and it says no record found.
Why didn't they have the other cop on the stand? They may. This is just the first witness. Yeah, there's a second witness testimony coming up, so it might be the other cop.
It's usually an indicator that from a police standpoint, most individuals have had an ID issued to them. So it says one no record found, one, they could not have had an ID.
Also, honestly, the only way he's going to get better at doing this is doing it. Cops have to go on the stand a lot. He's got to get used to it.
Or two, they're not telling the truth about who they are. And they're giving a name that's not in the system because it's not who they are.
So when you ran the name you were given by the passenger, what came back?
It was no record.
And that's it. For more emphasis, that signals what to you?
That to me signals that the person's not telling about who they are. So we'll usually ask, have you ever had a Michigan driver's license or an ID issued to you, or an ID in general? Maybe it wasn't Michigan, maybe it was Florida, wherever. So
in your training experience, is it normal for someone to give a false name?
It is normal when they don't want to get identified. Maybe they have like once or
when you are given a name that comes back with no records found, what are your next steps?
So typically, like I said, we'll ask, like, have they ever been issued an ID or a driver's license in Michigan or any other state? And if they say yes, it would come up in the system. And if they say no, then we have to do some other things to identify them. But
okay, that's not a name in here. All right, the car, because he's the one that is. Okay.
Briefly, the blur that you're seeing on the screen, what is that covering?
That's our lead system.
And what kind of information is in the lane system?
Like I mentioned, there's just like all the things that identify a person. Like, so you have to be certified in order to see the information that's a person's address. There's a whole bunch of stuff stored in there that's sensitive, and you have to have it.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't identify him. For all I know, that's people that are in trouble use that kind of.
Come on, step out of the car for me. Step out of the car, face the door again, please. Step out of the car, face the door again.
I feel in danger right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel in danger.
Okay, that's fine. Undo your seatbelt and step out of the car. I'm giving you a loss.
So, Officer McClinton, why are you having him get out of the car?
We weren't able to positively identify him based on the information that he gave. And based on my training experience, I have dealt with people that had some serious wants for various reasons. And so we can't, I mean, we try to take people for their word, but people lie to the police all the time. So I needed to make sure that I identified them after the fact. After him, like, interfering with the investigation, I need to see who he was.
Order to do that now, okay? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
No, call your sheriff. Please call your sheriff.
Put your hands behind your back.
Dude,
please call
do
your
it
sheriff.
now.
I'm telling you right now, face away.
Hold on, Mark.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Ma'am. Okay. I need you to get back in the car.
Don't resist.
Get back in the car.
You guys need to call your sheriff.
Stop.
Why are you guys doing this?
Aaron, just calm down.
Well, I haven't done anything.
Calm down, please.
Can you get back in the car for me? Okay.
Do not harm her.
Is it just a reflex for a lot of people if they're getting arrested to fight against it? I see it so often, and it's never a good move. So I gotta assume for some people it's like some sort of like automatic response or something.
You understand?
Calm down. Calm down.
I didn't even do anything.
Calm down, okay?
Stand up. Stop moving.
What are you doing? Go to the back of the car.
I didn't even.
There you are. You're yanking away. Go. Walk.
He gave a false identity. That's why he's getting handcuffed. He does get arrested. I don't know if at this point he's at arrest or just detention. Now he's probably under arrest at minimum for resisting or impeding, something along those lines. But when they were first getting him, it might have just been for a detention to be clear on his name. But yeah, he already gave a false identification, which is a crime in and of itself.
Edward, Robert Victor, 6758 Floyd Deep.
Right, have a seat in the car.
Let me just pat him down. It's the only thing over there.
I don't have any weapons on me. You can take my shoes off, too?
Nope.
Hey, guys, check this out.
It's the phone charger.
Put your feet in the car. Yes.
So what happened there?
So there, we asked him to step out so that we can identify him since the information wasn't coming back when he was asked to do so. You can't see it. You can kind of hear me verbalizing. Sometimes people will like yank away or refuse to put their hands behind their back after you tell them to do so. And so I try to verbalize, but in the moment with everything going on in the scene, we have trying to get him detained, and then you have the driver getting out of the car. And so, obviously, for everyone's safety, we want everyone to remain in the car unless asked to get out. So you have that going on.
I almost wonder, is this his first time on the stand? It's got to be in the first 5 at minimum.
And then just trying to secure him and then take him to the back. But even, I think I mentioned like walk or whatever, because he like is like giving like dead weight and like pulling away. So I'm just telling him what I want him to do so that he understands what is expected of him.
And so, is giving a false name a crime?
Yes.
And is that what happened that night?
Correct.
Your Honor, the city is ready to release Officer Clinton for cross-examination.
Oh, please do cross. I know he said he just wants to remain silent. Please do cross. Please do cross.
Questions for this witness? I have questions. You asked, what name did he give you?
Yusuf Bey.
Yusuf Bey? You said?
Yes.
The judge is asking questions. Interesting.
Something to that nature. It's like,
are you sure? Did he tell you verbally or did he give it to you on writing? Is that what he handed you the card?
He handed me the card. It was on that, and then he gave the other officer the name.
Okay, so it wasn't that you asked him what his name was. It was that he provided voluntarily those cards when he was talking over the driver. Is that what you're saying?
For me, yeah.
Correct. And then those cards he alleged had his identification on it or his name. And those cards said Yusuf Bey. You know how to spell that?
I indicated in my report. I'm not
okay,
sure
that's fine. You can just say you don't know. That's fine. And did you ever ask him, did he have?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a standard where, like, if he just handed the card, technically he wasn't directly saying, this is my identity. But if you're like, yeah, here's my ID card, this is me. Yeah, I can see a difference between those two situations and why she feels the need to clarify. Okay.
Have a Michigan ID or driver
shows intent
license with those names on it. Okay, but you did testify that that's normally what you do if you can't find those names. But you can't recall if you asked him that.
On that day.
So, any questions from the jury?
The jury can ask questions? What kind of trial is this? Wait, what?
Were you ever able to determine what his name was? In fact?
Yes, we were.
You were able to determine his name?
Yes.
Okay. And that's how you knew that it wasn't Yusuf Bey?
Correct.
Okay. Redirect.
I didn't know the jury could ask questions. I've never in my life seen a juror ask a question. And I watch a decent number of court things. That's interesting.
All right, Your Honor, the city is ready to dismiss this witness.
Okay, you can excuse, thank you. You can call your next witness.
The city calls Officer Mark Fox next.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
You can have a seat. You can state your first and last name and Belbo.
Mark
Oh, they're passed to the judge to ask. I see. That makes sense.
Fox, FOX.
Now you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Fox, where do you work?
Lansing Police Department.
How long have you been there for?
3 years.
And before you were with LPD, where were you?
Before I worked with LPD, I worked for Sparrow Hospital.
How long have you been?
I know I can observe them in person.
3 years.
That might be fun someday. Just like take a day and just like go to court and just watch trials. Like I know it'll be dry. I'm aware of what trials look like, but it might be interesting for a day every once in a while to go just watch.
And did you have any specialized training to become a police officer?
Yes, I did.
What was that training?
I went through an academy to be a police officer.
What's involved in your academy?
Everything from driving to law. They're very heavy on law. We spend the majority of our time learning all different types of criminal law. So specifically how to identify people, elements of crime.
That would be funny if we watched a video one time and just in the background I was in the audience.
After your time at the academy, is there any additional training?
I've been through a number of trainings. I'm A-Ride certified, so advanced roadside impairment. I've been through START school. I'm on the SWAT team. I'm also CIT trained, crisis intervention officer.
Thanks. Were you on duty, or what are your duties as a police officer?
I'm on patrol, and I'm on our START team, which is our SWAT team.
Would I wear a stream costume in the gallery? No, I don't want to be trespassed from the court because I'm dressed as Where's Waldo? What the They don't want you making a mockery of the court, believe it or not.
Were you on duty on May?
Though it would be fun to show up to court in a Where's Waldo outfit, I'm not gonna lie. I see the humor. I see the humor. I just don't want to get arrested.
22nd, 23.
I was.
On that day, do you recall an incident occurring at or near West Edgewood Boulevard and South Washington Avenue?
Yes, I backed an officer on a traffic stop.
And are West Edgewood Boulevard and South Washington Avenue located in the city of Lansing?
They are.
Ingham County, Michigan?
Yes, they are.
And are those streets open to the general public?
They are.
What happened?
Officer McClinton called out a traffic
Wouldn't show that one. Don't dox yourself. You could take a plane or train, though. Yeah, there's no way I could actually play it because it would dox me. So.
I think he was eastbound.
Plus, it would have to be I'm there on a day where something interesting happens and it's a sovereign citizen. Pretty unlikely. Dillis Filler says, Your Honor, I understand that the court takes umbrage with this outfit, but on the other hand, good luck finding me.
On Edgewood. The vehicle had pulled into, I think it was a Dollar General, I know it was a dollar store right at Washington and Edgewood. I backed him on that traffic stop.
I think the funnier thing is we get like 40 other people to wear kind of almost Where's Waldo costumes in the gallery, but they're not quite Where's Waldo costumes. You've read the books, you're familiar.
And we'll do the whole thing.
We can stop there. You said it was a Family Dollar?
I think it was a Family Dollar or Dollar General. There's a dollar store on the corner in the plaza on the southwest corner of Washington and Edgewood.
And that parking lot is a public parking lot?
That is.
Thank you. When you pulled up as backup for Officer McClinton, can you take us through what happened?
Initially, I knew he called out a traffic stop. I can only speak to what I observed watching the scene, but I observed a white Chevy Impala with, say, a customized plate. It wasn't.
Alton Undying says, I call black and yellow.
There wasn't any license plate issued by any state or the state of Michigan. I made contact with a female driver and a male passenger inside that white Impala. At that time, my partner it was his stop, so he was the one running the traffic stop. I was just his backup officer. I ended up identifying the passenger of that vehicle and had to use force to arrest the passenger of that vehicle.
When you were backing up at this traffic stop, what were you wearing?
I was in full uniform. So I wear an external plate carrier, a blue uniform with Lansing patch on the shoulder, and I have a badge.
It's annoying me that the captions are spelling Lansing wrong. Lansing is spelled Lansing. It's the capital of Michigan.
What were you dressing?
I was
using a C in the captions.
Do you see the passenger from that vehicle present in the front today?
I do.
Can you identify them?
He's wearing a white t-shirt, sitting off to your right.
May the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant as a passenger from that vehicle?
Identification.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is Michigan real? You've never been there? No. It's a figment of all of everyone's collective imaginations. It's because they can't comprehend the Uber Lake that exists where we believe the Great Lakes and Michigan exist. We cannot believe in the Uber Lake as it is a cognito hazard, so we had to invent Michigan as a fiction to split the Uber Lake into 4 smaller, yet still pretty Great Lakes.
As you were backing up, Officer, you walk up and who do you speak to first?
I spoke with the passenger.
And what did you ask for anything?
Initially, my partner was making contact with the driver of the vehicle. The passenger was doing most, if not all, of the talking for the driver of the vehicle. There was a point in the stop when my partner got some sort of identification from the passenger of the vehicle. He called me back to his patrol car and then asked me to get the name, and verbally asked for the name of the passenger of the vehicle.
Is it usual in your training experience, is it usual for the passenger to do most of the talking during a traffic stop?
It is not.
Why is it important to identify?
Is Hannah a siren who lives in the lake? I am. I actually have a sword if anyone wants to be king of the Uber Lake. I guess just like swim out to the middle and I'll like meet you there. You'll probably die in the Uber Lake. Boats aren't allowed. It's one of the rules of the Uber Lake.
The inhabitants of the vehicle during a traffic stop.
Say again.
Why is it important to identify the people in the vehicle during a traffic stop?
I need to know who I'm with. So there's a number of reasons why I identify people. Number one, I identify the driver because they're operating the vehicle on a public roadway. Number two, I think in this case, the reason we're identifying the passenger is because of his obstruction on the stop, not allowing the investigation to play out for why the vehicle is unregistered, why there's no insurance on it, and so on and so forth.
You said that you testified just now that Officer Rickman had received some form of identification, and then you were asked to.
I was asked to verbally get the name of the passenger in the vehicle.
Do you recall what name it was?
Yes, the passenger of the vehicle gave me Aaron Yusuf Bay, 12/25/1987.
The city requests asked to mark this video as the People's Exhibit 1B.
This is this officer's body cam?
Yes. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is it?
That's my body camera from the traffic stop.
And is it a video, picture?
I believe this is a video. My body camera records the entire incident.
Is the Uber Lake sovereign, or does it fall under the Fed? Actually, once you're in Uber Lake, there is only Uber Lake, so the question is nonsensical. Once you enter the Uber Lake, all will be clear. No more questions.
When I have interaction.
And what, in this, you said it, but what does it depict?
I'm standing on the passenger side of the vehicle speaking to the defendants.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of the events of that night?
Yes.
Above this state.
What's your legal name?
Aaron Yosef Bay. That's
in the state of Michigan. Your birth name. Do you have a Michigan ID?
That's my national name.
But do you have a Michigan ID?
No, I've never had one. That's my Aaron Yosef Bay. That's my national name. You guys cannot deny me of my nationality, dude.
I'm not denying your nationality. I'm asking you if you have a Michigan driver's license.
No, I'm telling you.
Do you have a Michigan ID?
No, I've never had one.
But I'm asking. But you've never had a Michigan ID before.
I'm just.
Have you? Were you born? No, you're. He's fine. You don't have any weapons. I'm just gonna ask. You don't have any weapons on you, right?
No.
Listen, you want to talk with your hands? That's perfectly fine. No one's in any danger or anything right now.
Well,
We're just having a conversation.
Danger, dude.
Okay.
Because I'm just explaining my rights. I'm telling you, I've never.
I understand.
I understand. Nationality documentation right there.
When you were born, you received a birth certificate, right? What name did your parents give you?
Aaron Yosef Bay under the Moroccan Empire, and that's why I got my nationality document. And I have on my other paperwork at home too. I have all that certified, and it's been already in the court and stuff. I already did this.
So prior to you certifying that in the court, you had a legal name and a date of birth, right? Prior to the Moorish paperwork that you filed with the state, you had a legal name.
Am I sure I haven't read the Dresden Files? This is sounding very Demon Reachy. I have not read the Dresden Files. People have told me to, and I added it to my list. I'll probably get them on Audible. I have some credits. But no, I've not read it yet.
At birth.
At birth.
That's at birth. Yes, at birth.
Okay.
At birth. It's never been switched over from, like, it's not one of those where you...
All right, go ahead and spell your first name for me then.
A-A-R-O-N.
Middle name?
Y-O-S-E-F.
Last name?
B-E-Y.
Date of birth.
12/25.
Okay, so he is claiming that that is his legal name. Did he legally change it?
1987.
All right, guys, sit tight. Sovereign citizens, man. He's telling me Aaron Yusuf Bey. 12/25/87.
Oh, you're good, Harold Edelman. I have plenty of Audible credits. I think I have like 4 stacked up. Plus, I know where to get audiobooks if I would like to procure them for free.
So, what were some of the names you were provided just then?
The names I was provided, I was provided a name of Aaron Yusuf Bey that didn't come back to anything in our lead system or Secretary of State.
In your training experience, is it typical
Reading stream when? I don't know if you guys would find it that interesting if I just read you a book. Like, if you want me to, I'm not against it. There's plenty of books in the public domain that I could, like, read and just have, like, a bedtime story. I just don't think most people would find that interesting.
for some? Well, okay, let me rephrase. When it doesn't come back in the system, what does it mean?
What's a red flag? Either they were incorrect or fabricating a name, or it's the wrong state. There's a number of things, but 9 times out of 10, I'm getting.
That's just audiobook with a non-voice actress, so it would be bad. And unedited, like I would if I made mistakes, just have to be like, oh, sorry.
In my training experience.
And is it a crime to to provide a false name?
It's called furnishing false. It's a 90-day incident.
Is it in your training experience? Well, actually, you're let me look. Did he present you with any other kind of identification?
Just the Moorish ID. After he was placed under arrest, I found a either debit or credit card with the name Aaron States on it. And when we ran that name, we got a return of lien.
And so a return in lien would be?
Oh, return in lien.
Just a Peach with $1 says Alice in Wonderland reading stream next tip goal. It is my favorite book. That would be fun. Sure. Why not? Next tip goal, I will read Alice in Wonderland on stream. That will likely take multiple streams, mind you. But yeah, we could do that. That would be fun to hang out together and read my favorite book.
Law Enforcement Information Network.
And that is very firmly in the public domain, so.
Return lien is so lien uses SOS. We had an SOS return, Secretary of State return for
what was the last tip goal? I still have to do it. We're gonna do a Discord movie night. So I still have to do that.
On identification of the state of Michigan for an individual named Aaron Sweets.
So to summarize, you got that. Is correct. You got
with visual aids. What visual aids? What? Where would I get visual aids? I can show you the illustrations in the book.
So you got back information for him.
I got correct information for his lawful name.
What is a Moorish?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it falls. I know it's not the same as a sovereign citizen, but I know it kind of falls under the same category. In my training experience,
it's Moorish citizen, yeah.
Like to operate under Moorish law, or in the case of the sovereign citizen, it's common law, which is superseded by statutory law, which is what we operate under today.
Alice costume, sure. If we get to this tip goal, not only will we read Alice in Wonderland, I'll get an Alice costume to wear while we do it.
And that's all that I really know.
And maybe a Mad Hatter hat. Who knows?
About sovereign citizens.
So is a Moorish ID a valid form of identification?
No.
And does the state issue Moorish identification, Moorish IDs?
No.
The U.S. government?
One thing you've thought to do is read unproduced movie scripts. It's still copyright infringement, but they never do. Oh yeah, I would love to do a stream where we read all the defunct scripts for Freddy versus Jason. Because there are so many defunct scripts for Freddy versus Jason. And man, some of them are bad.
A-A-R-O. Is Bay the last name?
Yeah, Bay
I have just been informed we already have a Mad Hatter hat.
is the last name. He said B-E-Y.
That's not the name. All right.
Might be too small for me. Maybe.
What? He needs to know the car.
I can always get one.
I honestly have no idea. I think you're talking tactics about blowing out of the car or something like that, but I have no idea why there was a pause in the audio.
He's the one that is.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull him up.
I mean, I can't identify him. For all I know, is that car's in trouble.
Go and step out of the car for me. Step out of the car and face the door, Jay,
No,
please.
the professor
Step
has
out
a
of the car and face the door.
bowler
I feel in
hat.
danger right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel in danger.
Okay,
Please
that's
step
fine.
out.
Do your seatbelt, step out of the car. I'm giving you a lock.
So when you cannot get back a name or an individual, what does that generally mean?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of my question.
When you can't identify someone, what does that usually mean during the investigation?
That I got an improper name. That's usually the first thing I would do. Obviously, my training experience, 9 times out of 10, the subject more likely than not has warrants, and that's why they're furnishing false information to avoid being arrested under warrants.
Would it be fair to say then it's a safety concern?
For me, absolutely. I have no idea who I'm dealing with at that point. Officer safety is probably our #1 priority. That's why we call out location and the plates on cars for that stops.
Would that also be a reason for why you're backing up, Officer Griffin?
Absolutely.
Order to do that now, okay? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
No, call your sheriff. Please call your sheriff.
Put your hands
Call your
behind
sheriff.
your back.
Please call
Do
your
it
sheriff.
now.
I'm calling you right now to face away.
Hold on.
So at this point, what is happening?
I believe the sovereign citizen, rather Moorish citizen, is representing themselves, and I think they basically said they're just going to stay silent the whole time. That's why we're not getting any cross-examination.
So at this point, we pulled the accused individual, the defendant, out of the vehicle. Now I'm asking him to face away, he can be detained. So I have no return on his ID. I can't identify him at all. What's going to happen is he's going to be detained in handcuffs, put in the back of the vehicle. And in most cases, it's until we can identify them. If we identify them, the handcuffs come off just as easy as they go on. But at this point, he's disregarding lawful orders to step out of the vehicle, place his hands behind his back.
When you give the lawful command for him to get out of the vehicle, what happens instead?
Say that again.
What happened instead? Did he get out willingly?
No, he didn't get out willingly. My partner had to go hands-on with him, and I also had to put hands on him as well as give him several verbal orders to face away from us in the door jam, place his hands behind his back. At this point, this would be obstruction or hinder and oppose under the 90-day misdemeanor clause. So right now, 3 different things are going through my head. Either he's going to fight, run, or fall to the ground and go deadly.
Behind your back. Get your hands behind your
Oh,
back.
that's a cute one. Yeah, Cheshire Cat onesie.
You guys need to call your sheriff.
Ma'am? Okay. I need you to get back in the car. Get back in the car.
You guys need to call your sheriff.
Stop!
Why are you guys doing this?
Aaron, just calm down.
Why haven't they done anything? I was
38,
in the fucking car, dude.
Calm down,
Can
please.
you get back in the car for me? Okay.
Do not harm her. You understand?
Calm down.
I didn't even do anything.
Calm down, okay?
Stand up. Stop moving.
What are you doing? Go to the back of the car.
I didn't even do anything.
There you are. You're yanking away. Go. Walk.
Let's go. Have a seat. Get in the door, Dan.
Central 1136 test. Go ahead. Edward, Robert Victor, 6758 Floyd D. Holmes.
All right, have a seat in the car.
Okay.
Is there anything over there? It's gonna happen.
Okay, my shoes on.
That's all I know.
Because right now, he's committed a misdemeanor, failed to identify. Okay.
This is the identification that he has, and that is the paper.
Yeah, and this. So I know he's like telling you all of this stuff.
I don't know
but none
exactly
of this.
where he's from, but this is the paperwork that he also has at home. So this is what he's going to show you if you guys are like. Let him go. This is the same paperwork that he has. I don't know exactly where he's from. I know his parents are dead, so I don't know too much.
Okay.
I know he
skates.
I know he is on his own.
Thank you. Fair enough. Skates.
3501 Seaway Drive, 3501 Seaway Drive.
So I'm assuming this guy didn't actually have his name legally changed. He just kind of changed it colloquially, which, like, you can do. You can just start calling yourself something different and having people call yourself something different. But if you're, like, arrested or the cops lawfully, like, require your ID, you can't give them something with a fake name on it. Oh, she sounds very scared. I feel very bad for her.
Right now you're detained for investigation from failed to identify, all right?
Being involved with the police is scary at the best of times. Imagine doing so as a black woman in America. Christ.
It's a 90-day misdemeanor here in the city, okay?
I didn't do anything.
Because you gave me a false name.
It's my...
All of that stuff is
You have the
BS,
name.
dude.
No, it's not.
It is BS.
That's why I have the documentation.
I got your name now.
Listen, that's why I have the documentation.
Close your legs. Close your legs.
Listen, no, call your sheriff, dude. Call your sheriff. Please call your sheriff.
Get your legs back.
Call your sheriff.
Just calm down.
Sit back in the car, man.
He had during the incident.
So when you head back to the car just then, what are you doing?
When I went back to the car,
Yes,
the accused vehicle, I went to his wallet to look for identification.
Were you able to identify him?
I was able to identify him.
And what was his name?
Aaron States.
And how did you identify him?
The name on I did believe it was a debit card, it was a black debit card inside the wallet.
After finding that form of identification, you went back and to speak with him?
Yes.
Is that correct? And how did that go?
It wasn't very productive. I advised him what specifically he was detained for and why he was in the back of the vehicle. I believe after that point, I handed the debit card off to my partner and we identified it with the computer. So it's based on roughly on his age. So.
As you were speaking with him, you said something about his legs.
Yeah, he kept pushing his legs out to keep the door open. He was holding the door open with his legs while he was asking for the sheriff to come out. So I'd asked him 3 or 4 times to, as you saw in the video, to put his legs inside so I could shut the door.
So he's using his legs to obstruct the door?
Yes.
So the name that you found from the debit card yielded a resultant name?
It did.
I believe that's all the questions I have for you this time.
Any questions for this witness, Mr. Smith? Okay. Does the jury have any questions for this witness? I think I might have missed it because I was trying to get someone out of the waiting room. You went back to the vehicle and did the young lady hand you the wallet or where did you find the wallet?
It was just sitting on the dashboard, Your Honor.
Okay. And she told you that was his wallet?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I believe it was, if I recall correctly, it wasn't in his possession on that side of the vehicle. I think I just assumed it was his wallet, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. And that was not his car though, was it? Do you know?
I do not believe that was his vehicle,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay, but the wallet was sitting on the dashboard in front of where he was sitting in the passenger side, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions from the jury for this witness? Any other questions?
No, Your Honor, the city will speak this.
Thank you, Officer Fox.
And that is what we have of the trial so far. When there is a conclusion in the next week or so, we will go ahead and finish off that. It's a bunch of stuff we didn't get to today, unfortunately. Let me make sure I save that stuff for next time. There we go. That one. Cataspinda's got a new bullshit video. This lady's doing her own Sovsit streams. This guy sucks. Brandon Joe Williams sucks. That's my Google homepage. That. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I won't be able to stream tomorrow, unfortunately, because I do work tomorrow, but I will be around Saturday and Sunday. So I won't see you tomorrow, but I will see you over the weekend. So we'll do some fun stuff there. I want to do another meme stock stream because Polte is now in charge of our national intelligence community, which is a sentence that makes me want to slam my head against a wall until it's just skull. So let's see who we raiding.
RIP to any YouTube video that.
It's so weird. YouTube
Oh, Blizzbear and Granny are playing together. That's fun. I don't know. We'll raid the serfs.
Rubio. I don't know about. He picked all these people. With our
All right, have a good night, everyone. See you soon. Be cool, all that jazz. See you Saturday. My ears are so jingly.